ṣòwò ẹ̀ o. Odùduwà nation wù mí yẹyẹ. Bá ti bọ́ sí tó ń kọ́. Èmi àdèmájó máa yọ. Èmi àdèmájó máa yọ. Èmi àdèmájó máa yọ. Àwọn ọmọdé sọ pé. Odùduwà nation wù mí yẹyẹ. Àwọn àgbà náà sọ pé. Odùduwà nation wù mí yẹyẹ. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Odùduwà nation wù mí yẹyẹ. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lókè o.
And a very good afternoon and welcome to another broadcast coming live straight to you from London. I'm laughing because when you know that the enemies that does not want the media to continue to bring the message will do as much as what they want to do. Let me quickly first welcome everybody. Those of you on our Instagram, we're not sure what is happening, but every 3 minutes the video is coming off. So you might want to go on the YouTube or other platform this afternoon because we're not sure why the videos is not coming through this afternoon. Also, quite a lot of technical issues at the background that I was dealing with, reason why we were coming a bit behind schedule. Once again, if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram, you might want to switch to another platform. Likewise, our page, the Oduduwa Koikimedia on Facebook, is not live, but we are doing a start watch on it. All the other platforms seems to be working properly. So those of you on the Koikimedia Oduduwa page will realize that you're watching on a start watch because we can't go live on it. I'm not sure why, but the other platform seems to be working. It doesn't matter. Very soon we will not have to be doing live video, and that means we are almost getting to where a country is about to be birthed or a country is about to be breaking into pieces. It doesn't make any difference. It will happen one way or the other. I welcome everybody again onto the broadcast. My name is Olayomi Koiki, one of the media that have decided to use his own media platform 24 hours, bringing the awareness of where we are, where we are going. A lot of people wants to know the inside of what will eventually lead to the breakout of Nigeria. And there will be so many people that will have different views and different opinions. But as long as we are going on to the same direction, and one direction that remains that we don't want to be part of Nigeria. We don't want to be a part of Nigeria. It's as simple as that. That shouldn't be a problem. But it is a problem because we have some Yoruba people, some Igbo, some Hausa, and other tribes that still also want Nigeria. For whatever reason, they think that Nigeria is a country. And we don't have to fight them. But we must tell them more reason why Nigeria will not hold. To them, and another election in 2023 will make us have a better government, and then we will bring in new governors, new senator. Hello, that is not going to happen. It's as simple. We have said it so many times, and we continue to stand on that. That eventually is not going to come true. That is 2 years' time. That if East Nigeria remain Nigeria. Look, it will become as peaceful as it is, but it will also become as violent as it might be. And that is what I don't want to hear. So if you're watching us again on Instagram, you might want to switch to another platform so that you can be able to continue to watch the broadcast. That is for those on Instagram. So many people will ask, how do we survive? How have you been surviving in the one Nigeria that you've been for 60 years, 40 years, depending on how old you are? How have you been surviving? So when you are asking me those kind of questions, that how are we going to survive when we have our own nation? It's because you don't know the advantage of having a full autonomy that you can be, then rest assured that your life will become more secure. Everybody now understands that the country called Nigeria will eventually break. I will leave the Instagram so that I can focus. Please, I've passed the message. And once again, if anyone that is been following us on Instagram. We're live on Twitter, so that means we are still running on how many channels today? Okay, let me start the Olayomi Koiki Twitter broadcast as well. So we are still live on multiple channels where you can still be able to watch it. That's if truly you want to follow the broadcast. Nigeria at the verge of breakup. I'm not sure whether my system was attacked or maybe I've done something or something doesn't seem to be right as well. But it doesn't matter. They know. The only thing they cannot stop is they can stop all the media from their own platform, the YouTube, the Facebook, but they cannot stop Olayomi Koiki. YouTube is the only one that is stable. Yeah, that's fine, yeah. No, Facebook seems to be stable because I can see that from my other screen here. They know. Again, if you're on Instagram, you might want to switch to watch the broadcast on a different platform. You can go on Twitter. We're live on Twitter. And we're live on the Mix LR. It's an audio version, but it's much cheaper for those at home, especially when we are running a show every day like mine, plus other media houses as well. Let's first come to so many of people that have been asking about a link to a petition. Let me first say this. The only weapon that a lot of you think that we will use to come out of Nigeria is the petition. And I so much believe in it as well. The petition is very good. It keeps the pressure on the toes of the international community as against reason why we want to leave Nigeria. And there has been so many petitions before our own. And there will continue to be more petition. So when people see petition, they now become very skeptical because we've been telling them that the petition is one way out to come out of Nigeria. So I want to buy a link in the scene. You can start hearing different WhatsApp groups. And I'll show you one of the petitions that I believe a lot of you must have seen. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Olayomi Koiki and I welcome you onto the show. A lot of people say, are we truly going to see a Yoruba nation in our lifetime? That is also a question by so many people. Because this fight of a Yoruba nation, a full autonomy, autonomy. What is the meaning of autonomy? When somebody say we want a Yoruba nation that have a full autonomy, kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? The right or condition of self-government. What does full autonomy mean? In its simplest sense, autonomy is about a person's ability to act on his own or have own values and interests taken from the ancient Greek. The word means self-legislation or self-governances. Kí ló ń pè ní self-governances? A fẹ́ dá dúró kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Ìtàn pè ní autonomy nìyẹn. Ìtàn jà fún nìyẹn. It's nothing more than that. So if somebody now say, kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ń jà fún gan? Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ gangan? A fẹ́ dá dúró. We want to hold everything that belongs to us. We don't want to be controlled by any any Mula, any Hausa and Igbo or other tribe. We want to keep our resources, and we want that resources to be well taken care of the Yoruba first. We think about Yoruba first. America man think about their own citizens. Kó tó ronú about anybody. UK a máa ronú nípa àwọn ọmọ wọn. Kó tó ronú nípa aráàlú mi. So what is bad about saying that we want to have a country where we would think about the Yoruba people before we think about others? Nǹkan pẹ̀lú autonomy nìyẹn. A fẹ́ dá dúró kúrò nílẹ̀ ibi tá a wà nísìn. In order to do these things, the autonomous person must have sense of self-worth and self-respect. Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n respect Yorùbá nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tá a wà nísìn? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n respect Yorùbá ká má dẹ̀ tí wàá sọ aráàlú mi? Do you think we are respected as Yoruba people in Nigeria? Èmi ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa ni, because we are educating ourselves. So when people like me come here and say, I would rather sacrifice everything for the Yoruba cause, then is that not worth it than a Nigeria that does not support you and is not even a country in the first place? The word autonomy.
Autonomy.
So are we not proud to have a Yoruba nation where we can control everything that belongs to us, from the defense downline to immigration to police force to public services? And we can then start talking about how to support other people after táwa bá ti jẹun yó. Àìtí ìjẹun yó gan nísìnyí nínú Nàìjíríà. So why do you want to become a Nigerian citizen? For how long? Let's even leave the Fulani out of this picture for a few minutes. Kí ni Nàìjíríà gan tó ń pariwo tó tẹ̀ fi parí ilé lórí gan? Kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣe fún ẹ gan? What is Nigeria doing for you? Oh, you are looking for an opportunity to become the next 419, where you will become part of the national system that is not working. Autonomy.
Autonomy. Autonomy. Autonomy.
Kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ gan? Ṣé kò jẹ́ kí inú wa máa dùn lójoojúmọ́ sẹ́ pé kò jí sínú ìlú kan tó ń pè ní Yorùbá nation? Ó bá pẹ̀lú Odùduwà republic, it doesn't matter. Àní kò tẹ̀ máa jí láràárọ̀. Ǹjẹ́ ìwọ tó ti ń jí látijọ́ tó ti ń jí lójoojúmọ́ nínú Nàìjíríà, how happy are you? Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ń parọ́ fún wa? Wọ́n máa ní Nigeria is the most happiest country in the world. Ṣé mọ̀ pé bàbá ńlá 419 ní kíní ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn? 419. So tó bá ń sọ pé Nigeria is the most happiest country in the world, ṣé mọ̀ pé gbogbo bá yẹn wọ́n fi ń kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ ni? So ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire tẹ wá ń pariwo a rí petition kan ó yàtọ̀ sí ìtò rí bákan ó rí bákan. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ tí mọ̀ pé petition yẹn nìkan náà làwọn kan rò pé a ṣì fún wa ní confidence pẹ̀lú international community láti keep pressure going? Èmi wá ń bi wá lọ́sàn-án yìí ní aago méjì fẹ́ lọ lù lẹ́ni the 2nd of December. Ǹjẹ́ kò wọ́tẹ̀ pé kọ́ máa debate Yorùbá lójoojúmọ́ pa fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ní every week ní House of Commons? Is it not what? Where they will continue to debate only one thing every week. A máa rí 100,000 petition kó máa wọlé kó máa wọlé kó máa wọlé from now till when we are ready to leave that shit hole country. So petition kan lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rí nísìn ẹ wá ń pariwo lórí different WhatsApp group. Ṣé really ni? Ṣé fake ni? Ṣé a lè kàwé mọ́ ni? Ṣìbí wọ́n náà wà ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ tó àbátẹ ẹ̀gbọ́n yìnbó ṣìbí àtẹ ìbèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn nǹkan. Kí ló ń pè ní petition? Ṣèbójoojúmọ́ láti ń sọ ní bíbá. Petition is just a way to ask a government like UK níbi tá a wà gangan pé ẹ bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí kó tó dogun, nítorí pé ó máa dogun tó bá yá. Fúlàní ò ní já a lọ. Forget, ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ ṣe sọ pé we will go freely. I am trying to figure that out every blessed day. A country that does not have sympathy for Yoruba people, does not have sympathy for the Igbo, for the other tribes, how do you think they will want us to go? So when we are saying, let us think Yoruba first, there's nothing to, look, I want to think about Yoruba alone. For now, I don't care about, not that I don't care, but for now, Yoruba first. Why do you think America went all the way to save one life inside that shit old country? Kò jẹ́ kí inú máa bí yín lójoojúmọ́ ni. Kò jẹ́ kí inú máa kórè máa fọ́n yín lójoojúmọ́ pé a country like America, think about an American right inside Nigeria that was held on his own, not on his will. What capture? Do you know how many people, Yoruba people, tó ti capture nísìn? Táàrí gọ́vnà olórí burúkú Fáyẹmí ò ní ṣàǹfààní. Ìwọ wá gbéra nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ò ń lọ sí north, ò lọ ń bá wọn kẹ́dùn, ò ní ṣoríire. Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí, èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìwọ ń lọ sí Borno state, ò mọ àwọn tó ń kú lójoojúmọ́ ní Èkìtì, tó ò kíà nípa àwọn ọmọ àlè nìyẹn. Ìwọ ń gbéra, òun lọ bá wọn kẹ́dùn. Do you know how many people are dying as Yoruba people under your captives as the governor of Ekiti State? Ẹ̀rí gba bánlá wèrè la máa ṣe fún gbogbo yín. Gbogbo yín pátápátá. Every one of you, we will deal with you. Ìwọ ń lọ, ìwọ ń sọ pé Nigerian military, ẹ jẹ́ ń fi message yẹn wọ̀nyí that I read today. We're going to come back to the petition. I said, Elo ma gbaradi for one of the biggest fights to come out of Nigeria. And that biggest fight will be either petition or we go, whether conventional war, whether guerrilla war, we will fight to come out of Nigeria. That I can rest assured myself. We must fight to leave Nigeria. We must fight. That is the only language they understand. That is the only language that they understand. So when people say that we should think Yoruba first, Ekiti State Governor Fayemi will travel down to the north when under his nose, as the governor of Ekiti State, more lives are being killed every blessed day, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. But what am I trying to explain to you? We will use the petition. We will use the petition. Yes, Fayemi did not mourn the NSAS kid. Instead, he was calling them hoodlums. Ó wá gbéra, ó lọ sí north, ó lọ ń bá wọn kẹ́dùn. Ẹ fẹ́ divert attention. The real attention, they want to divert it. Just give me a few minutes while I bring up that article. And he said, we will use every available resources, and one of them will be petition. I have not condemned any petition. I will continue to tell you, petition will be used to make sure our people liberate from that shithole. But if we can get 100,000 petitions every week that is being debated at the House of Commons, so when you now see one petition, why are you all worried? Okay, I know where the message was. It was inside the cable news. Let's go to the cable and let me show you the news of Fayemi, the governor of Ekiti State, where every Ekiti indigene cannot have 3 square meals as a Yoruba people, where every Ekiti indigene are living in the fear. That is why I say, it is not about sitting here and clamoring for a war, but it is up to every one of us to make it easy for everybody. How many of you are bombarding your MP with letters? That is our letter here. I'm going to go back now, and I'm very sorry for those that requested from me the email address of those 6 or 7 people that one of our followers and one of my back end team wrote a letter. Ẹ rántí pé mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ send message sí mi. I was meant to give you the email address and hope to do so before the end of the broadcast today. And I believe the Instagram is becoming more stable. I'm not sure what happened at the beginning, but the one on Koiki Media is stable, so I'm trying the Olayomi Koiki again. Excuse me. Oh, it's still about to mention and to Waku. All right. We'll continue to do the little we can do. Once again, ṣé ẹ fẹ́ dá dúró ni? Èmi ń bi wá nísìn. Are we not happy to stand as the Yoruba people and leave this contraction called Nigeria? Ṣé kò sú wa ni? Okay, I think I might know why that is happening. I'm using one same account on Instagram. I see where the problem is. You have to be thinking, because I'm wondering why. I'm doing Instagram on 2 Olayomi Koiki, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. That is where the problem is. So that's why it was disconnecting one. Òyìnbó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Àwa láì tí mọ̀ pé look, do you know what happened? I just saw it now because this is another phone. This one is streaming on Olayomi. I normally use this one on Koiki Media, and I hope that is the problem. But I now realize that in the morning I switch over from Koiki Media to Olayomi on the phone. But now that I'm going live on the same simultaneously, it doesn't want to accept it. That tells you that's what we are discussing here. So now I will see the stability on this one. And now I will start this one separate and see maybe that rectify the problem, which I think should be. So I'm going to start this one now as Koiki Media. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki, and welcome to the program. Let's hope so, if otherwise. Mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ kí gbogbo yín. I greet everybody every day on different platforms, from all the medias to those of you that are doing as much as we are doing. It's not easy to sit down with me 3 hours. You go to Shatola, you go to Bedu, David Hamilton, Erelu, Heritage. It's not easy. That is why let's say, let us complete this job now. I don't want to be 60 plus. Then another generation is pointing finger at me. Just the same way that we are pointing finger at them. Àbẹ́ mọ̀ káwa náà point finger. Oh, ẹ ti gbàgbé. So ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí, tá à ń pè, tá à ń ṣe this is because they refuse to do the right thing. And that is the reason why. Tashing, I think this, okay. Let me see if I can take this off for now. All right, I'll just leave it. I think it's doing its own there. All right, what I'll do is, let me show you what Fayemi has to say. This is Fayemi. Fayemi on insecurity, military overwhelmed, governors frustrated. Kò wá frustrated nípa ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́bí ń pa ní Èkìtì. Kò wá frustrated. The governor is not frustrated with the indigent that are not having 3 square meals in Ekiti State. You can see that these ones are not thinking Yoruba first. They are not interested in Yoruba first. And one interest in the Yoruba first. Àwa la máa wá make it. Kò máa jẹ́ pé we have to go out of that shithole country. And we must do everything within our means and capacity to make it happen. Because àwa nìkan, we can stop it. I think I've been able to rectify the problem behind me. So you will not see that, lighting that might also be having. It's still showing a little bit, but not that much. Because we care about every individual that is watching the broadcast. And everybody has different eyesight. Denisa, a very good afternoon. Thank you, my back-end team. I've got the names of all the MPs that spoke during the NSARS. But before we go into Ekiti saga with this man, you can hear what he's saying. I want us to first look at this petition. This is the petition that a lot of you have been asking questions. What is now the question is, can you read what it says there? UK, United Kingdom, European Union, United Nations, world power must start the process to dissolve Nigeria 1914 amalgamation. So what have we been talking about for a very long time? Is it because this one was set up by Simon Ekpa? Because some of you probably did not read the name. Oh, kò ń ṣe Yoruba, ọmọ Igbo ni. So when because Joro ti jọmọ Igbo ní sí, òun ló set it up, that means pé ó wà invalid. Ṣé nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn? This was set up less than 3 days. It's giving them almost 20,000. Èyí tá wà set up for more than 6 months. Rí 20,000. And people start asking questions. Ṣé lè tún link yìí? Ṣé link original? Èwo ló original? Èmi bí yín ni. Àní kọ́ máa debate Yoruba process of breakup, Igbo breakup, Hausa gan breakup. We want to break up everything. Ìyẹn lè kọ́ máa debate lójoojúmọ́. But because we are people, I'll be giving you all the names of all the MPs. And I guess, debate script shared with you on WhatsApp. Wow, thank you very much, my brother. I've been told what took place at that debate has now become available. This is the power of what the NSARS, their petition, has been able to ignite. Thank you very much, my back-end team. I've got the information and I'll be sharing that with everybody as well. That is why you have, strong team. I have so many people working every blessed day, whether in UK, everybody. Sorry about that. And that is also now on my timeline. I'll be putting that as well on different channels as well. And we will review that. This is what has taken place into Selegongon and what they need draft. But the question is, why is everybody skeptical with this petition? This particular petition. Why are we skeptical? Oh, it's the Igbo people that set it up. So that means it's invalid. Is that what we are saying? Or we want a total breakout of Nigeria peacefully, using the means of lobby and more protests that we eventually... Look, protest is still going to come more after the COVID in Europe, in America. COVID máa lọ. A máa jáde léraléra. Wàá gbà kí COVID kọ́kọ́ kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀. Nigeria lè believe in COVID. Here in Europe, in America, in Canada, there is COVID. But in Nigeria, because poverty what if poverty by nobody believes that there's COVID in Nigeria. That is not where I'm going. Once again, a very good afternoon to everybody that have joined us. Share the broadcast. I'm told I'm not saying that all the time, but I expect you to know that. And look, I don't have to be telling you, share the broadcast. The more you share, the more people will gain opportunity to watch. But if you don't share, look, I told you, I was reading some of the comments on Tunde Edno's page. They were fighting each other, people commenting, different comments. That means we are engaging the people. Some are saying that guy is weary, but at least they know that the weary is talking sense. Some are saying I'm mad, but at least they know I am talking sense. And one of them says, I love his lips. Different comments, over 3,000 comments. That means I have engaged people on his page just with 2-minute video. Now, what is this petition here that you're looking at? Let me increase the front. We are now on part 183 as of today. I don't want to sit here for another 2-3 years saying we want to break up Nigeria. That is where you need a petition. This petition, I was live when Simon Ekwe was doing the show. And they have been talking about it as well on their platform. And I guess if I come here on one of his videos, okay, this is what they have done as well. How to sign this petition, which I'm going to now. I think this was when he was discussing it yesterday.
By extension, freedom of many nations within Nigeria. This is a little bit late, but I believe we are going to do this very snappy for those who are yet to sign the petition. You are watching me live and direct on Facebook. You are watching me live and direct on YouTube. You are watching me live and direct on Twitter. And you are watching me also live and direct on Twitch. This is the first day of December 2020. And like you all know, the agitation has taken a new dimension. This evening, I have come to help those who are yet to sign the petition, those who feel that they don't know how to sign the petition, or those who have seen the petition and they are yet to sign for one reason or the other. So specifically, I have come to educate us on how petition works. A lot of people do not understand how petition works. So I have come to explain it to you this evening. And hopefully this is going to be brief so that those who are not opportune to watch this live broadcast will watch it again and listen to the story or listen to the narrative. You see, people have signed petition, a lot of petition upon petition. How does petition work? In Nigeria, we don't think that petition work in Nigeria because the system of Nigeria is corrupt and no amount of petition you sign against Nigeria within Nigeria that will yield any result. So the reason why a lot of people are disappointed and saying we have been signing petition, we have been signing petition, is because the petition you signed may have been directed at the wrong target. If you sign a petition compelling or trying to compel the National Assembly of Nigeria, for example, to implement something that goes against the interests of the government, nobody will listen to that kind of petition within Nigeria. I have come to tell you why this particular petition is different and very peculiar. In the history of Nigeria, since after independence, from the research, we have not come across any petition seeking the redress of the amalgamation of 1914, which is, by the way, according to the history, has expired. And then the United Kingdom, the UK government said, after 100 years, those who feel that they are not comfortable can go their separate way. This is a story whether this story is real, whether this story is false, whether this story is genuine, whether there is any documented evidence about this story. It is now we are going to find out. For those who are yet to understand how international politics works, how international law works, how various countries, various governmental agencies, organizations around the world, treaties, international treaties, laws, human rights laws, and all that. For those of you who do not understand how it works, the global village is being governed by democratic norms. And on daily basis, we have been calling for referendum when we do not have the referendum, according to them, in the Constitution of Nigeria. And on daily basis, we have agitated for referendum to be conducted in Nigeria. And we believe that if referendum is conducted, the people of Nigeria will decide what they want. Different ethnic groups, different nations within Nigeria will decide what they want to do. In the history of Nigeria, it has never happened. There has never been anywhere in the history of Nigeria where the people solemnly voted in one voice to belong to any particular state. Except during the independence of Nigeria, the only time Nigeria had a consensus was that they want independence. That was the only time in the history of Nigeria that all ethnic groups decided they want independence. And of course, when you go deeper, you find out that not even all the ethnic groups want independence. The northern Nigeria did not want independence. They wanted the British to continue. Now, I have come to tell you how the petition works. Why I am making this explanation and clarification is because a lot of people, the shots they fired at me yesterday, we have been signing petition. This world leader are not going to do anything. We have been signing petition. Yes, you have been signing petition. The petitions you have been signing have been directed or addressed at the wrong people. It has been channeled to the wrong direction. I will give you example of a petition channeled at the right direction. The example of the petition channeled at the right direction was the just debated sanction against Nigeria. We don't believe that they're going to give sanction. We don't want to believe that at the end of the day, there is going to be sanction. We don't want to believe. But it is now on record that the United Kingdom Parliament in 2020 debated sanctioning Nigeria. The sanctioning Nigeria and the debate did not come by a motion. It came as a result of online petition filed by a Nigerian, gathered over 200,000 signatories. What you don't know is that for the UK Parliament to discuss any petition, that petition must gather at least 100,000 signatures. And with 100,000 signatures, you have called the attention of the UK Parliament. Now, There has been a lot of mystery surrounding the 1914 amalgamation of Nigeria. This mystery from different quarters, a lot of people bring different arguments, different opinions, and all that. But the one thing we know and one thing we believe in was that there is what you call the amalgamation of the Nigeria, different South Protectorate and the Northern counterpart merged together in 1914, and they have signed agreement. Now, the only people that have that agreement, if there is any, is the United Kingdom. And maybe by mistake, the Nigeria government. But the Nigeria government, with dubious and very, very criminality they may not have that document. They must have thrown it into the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, so that we, in 2020, will not have access to it. But the United Kingdom, the UK Parliament, the United Kingdom government will have that particular agreement. So by signing this petition, you are calling the attention of the United Kingdom today, which, by the way, have new blood, fresh blood, neutral blood, blood of people, those who are not part of them who amalgamated us, those who are not part of them who gave us independence. Most of them are very emotional. Most of them sympathizes with us. Most of them may not sympathize with us. But I'm telling you today, this generation of the British are completely different. The British government may have done what they have done in the 60s against the southern Nigeria. But today, that may not be the position of those in the UK Parliament of today. Again, a lot of you are wondering, why are no international community talking? All these atrocities happening in Nigeria, nobody is talking. All these killings, nobody is talking. Are they not watching us? My brother, they are watching us. They need us to make a move. They need us to retaliate. They need us to defend ourselves. They need us to bring anarchy before they will come. Number two is that they want you to bring this your demand and worries to their attention.
Now, I'm going to pause that and come back here as well. Let me turn my camera back on. Yeah, and I'm going to come back to this scene. Petition that a lot of you do not understand. The one that we had prior to this one that just came out, and the one that is still in the process. Egbo, ìkan tá ti ń run, tá ti ní ẹ lọ sign petition, ẹ sign petition, ẹ sign petition. I'm going to show you that petition now. From what we were gathered, that one has elapsed over 6 months. But the team that are working behind the scene have now looked into that petition. I'm talking about the first petition. And they realized that there's a fault or some kind of timeline. Gbogbo nǹkan ló ní time lapses. Mobile phone tẹ́ gbé dání tó o bá update security orí ẹ̀, ó ṣeé ṣe kó virus security orí ẹ̀. Laptop tó fi wò mí tó o bá update ẹ̀ at some point, ó likely kí defense ẹ̀ kó má wà powerful enough. So they've reviewed it and asked so many questions, and they are working to bring another one out. But this one came out And this was, I think, about 3 days. 3 days. But the question is it not a petition that says we want to break away from Nigeria? So if that is the case, then why are we worried about that petition? Even though I know that the other new petition is not out yet and it will eventually come out and we will still also talk about that. So why is this all buzz on the WhatsApp group, comment, voice note? Hey, kí ló tún dá sílẹ̀ o? Be patient, please. Everybody be patient and remain focused. And remain focused. Every week, ló yẹ kó máa debate ọ̀rọ̀ pa fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà tó bá yẹ pé bó ṣe ń ká wa lára nìyẹn. Every week, we should be having 100,000 petitions going into the parliament and to be debated. Every week, ló yẹ ká máa sọ pé kí bí kan ṣe ń tán kó tún máa jókòó lórí mi. And this was the previous petition that a lot of us have asked you to go and sign. And that petition is not even 20,000. And as I'm about to show you that petition now. That is the petition. Eléyìí la ti sign for over 6 months. We can only get 19,000. 19,000. That is everything. 6 months. Yoruba people, a fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nigeria. 6 months is what you give us to get 19,000. And I know some of you now will quickly want to start. I have always defend those at home on this petition and the poll, because I've been able to work out and see from the statistics of the poll that indicate that more people signed the poll than those in UK and America in total. So why do you want to point fingers at them now for not signing the petition? Because that is where you normally put your point at. So where is all the Yorubas outside the country? Mbolewa. 19,802. So now the question is, maybe this is not the type of petition we should have put out. We don't know. Maybe the wordings and the phrasing is why this petition has not gained momentum. We don't know. But all this has been reviewed by another committee. And they are now saying, we will now bring out another petition. But before that comes out, one petition has come out prior to that. Is that a problem? Ṣé problem nìyẹn? Àbí problem pé we want to leave Nigeria peacefully, because most of you don't like me saying we want to fight. I know that. And I read some of the comments. Sometimes I don't read it out. But I see from people say, no, let us go a direction where we are not going to fight. But you are not giving us the petition, the numbers. Hey, fún wa ní numbers. Imagine this petition hitting 1.2 million. We should not even be talking about the 100,000. We need that petition and the poll to have hit about 1 million. So why then? So if you think the international community will intervene, no, they are waiting for us to create anarchy. International. So you're expecting an American citizen to go to Nigeria and start problem. So you're expecting a UK citizen to go to Nigeria and start the problem because we are not happy with Nigeria. Then that means we are all mad. If you are waiting on the British citizen, I'm not talking about British Nigeria because Nigeria. I'm talking about a white man to go and fight on our behalf, then we are all mad. And this is the easiest way that we can keep the pressure on the international community. But we couldn't get it. The most important thing that would keep pressure, we could not get 100,000. So when I sit here and I've already looked at everything, I say, okay, keep signing the petition, but we prepare for war. We prepare for anarchy. We prepare for guerrilla war. Hey, madam, guerrilla war. 6 months. But I know, I open the phone line now. You all start pointing finger at those in Nigeria. As if that those in Nigeria are the only one that needs to sign the petition. What about the Yorubas outside? That means more Yorubas still prefer one Nigeria. And that means we will fight to make sure we come out of Nigeria. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Because the more people saying that we want to keep Nigeria, the more that means they are taking us into the slavery mentality where our identity for their own selfish interest, where into maje, go travel, go feyawo, go bimo, ìyẹn lòun rò. So because they are thinking about now, but they are not thinking where our identity will be in another 1,000 years. Tó bá kú nísìnyí gan ṣe wọ́n ní rántí ẹ̀ mọ́. Ajímọ̀bí dà nísìnyí, ǹjẹ́ rántí ẹ̀ mọ́? Bí àwọn fámìlì ẹ̀ ló máa gbádùn owó tó ní lọ́wọ́ lọ́sìn, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? 1% as against the whole Oyo state. Do you know that àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀gbọ́n tẹ̀ gbé lọ́yọ̀? They are living in somewhere in an eyebrow area in Lagos. They can't live in Ibadan because they see Ibadan as a shit hole. Oh, you don't know that? Have you asked yourself, where is the wife of Ajimobi and the children? Where are they living? Are they living in Ibadan? Where are they living? So when you are not thinking of what will happen with our heritage, our identity in 1,000 years, you are then selfish for saying that we should keep one Nigeria. Knowing what we know now, that Nigeria is a fraud, is a scam, is a British Empire. You are scared to say so. I'm not scared. Because you have their national identity card and whatever you might have. So you are so excited. Emi ò bẹ̀rù wọn sẹ́, I have told you. Because they know. And like Simon Ekpa said, the generation of the British now, the ones that are available now, they have more sympathy for us. They have more sympathy for us. Wọ́n ní sympathy fún wa. They have more sympathy for us. So why are we scared to ask for a new nation called a Yoruba nation, where again I go back to the full autonomy. A máa control gbogbo resources wa. Ebi ò ní máa pa àwọn èèyàn. Look, ò ní máa send owó sílé mọ́. Oh, so some of you want us to keep one Nigeria so that you can continue to send money home to your loved ones. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? So you want us to keep one Nigeria so that you can send money home and then you can have more advantage against them. You can see that you're selfish. That is why you're saying we should keep one Nigeria. That means you are part of the 419. Knowing what we know now, nobody should even be talking about one Nigeria. But we have people still talking about one Nigeria. 19,000, 6 months. Now, let us now ask ourselves, this new petition that Simon Ekpa set up, we are still expecting our own, because maybe that's what you guys love. Abi awanani. Yoruba people don't need petition to say my dad yen. So it's a momo Igbo niyen. Ah, God, about to walk. Kò sí tọ́kọ̀ wá pẹ̀lú yẹn. Ah, no. Ah, like Igbo rárá. Ah, no. Mo like Binande Kanu ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ burúkú mo. Ah, nítorí ẹ̀ mo ní sign petition ni. Then that means prepare for guerrilla war with the federal government. The federal government will attack and fight back because they will want to keep one Nigeria. Then there will be more problem ahead because our go nigba. So what do you expect when we are saying all these? So you think the federal government will allow us to execute what we want to do without fighting back? Oh my Lord. You must be living in it. You must be probably watching a different kind of movie than the one I'm watching. So you think we are sitting here, everybody shouting, we break away from Nigeria. Then the federal government, our food, our man will break away. Oh, so you think the Sultan of Sokoto will hold his hand? Our kings are not talking and we agree. So Sultan of Sokoto, we agree that we break up Nigeria. Or maybe some of the Igbo traditional rulers as well. Or the Oba of Benin will allow us to break. I don't know. So what are you expecting? You are expecting a free move away from Nigeria, and then you don't want to keep pressure on them from international community based on this petition. Restructure, they no restructure for over 30 years. Restructure, they no restructure. It's too late for that now. Go back to true federalism, they refuse to. That is what? You know, that was the communique that came out from the royal fathers, the governors, and some politicians and leaders of Yoruba with that man called Ibrahim Gambari. Do you think the federal government will listen to all that? So how do we come out of Nigeria? Some of you don't want to support the Ilana Omodua, the Professor Banja Kitoye. Some of you don't want to be in any organization, but yet you expect us to come out of Nigeria without any, just like that. You don't want to support any organization. Oh, èmi ò fẹ́ náwó sí nǹkan kan tí kò ní work. Èmi ò fẹ́ ṣe wàhálà. So, àwọn wo ni kó máa ṣe wàhálà? This one, 6 months, we didn't there is 20,000. Now let's go to this new one that has been set up and let me compare and see what it has given so far. You can see less than 3 days, 19,773. This one, 6 months, 19,802. So what has gone wrong? And let me read what it says here. The UK Parliament must urgently start the process of Nigerian dissolution to save lives of millions of Nigerians from the hand of the current government that have demonstrated to be sponsoring terrorism, ethnic cleansing, jihad against the indigenous people in Nigeria. Nigeria have been colonized by the UK, and the UK and its parliament have vested interest in Nigeria, so as other powerful nations. The unrest, the killings, terrorism, and other ignorance crimes happening in Nigeria are as a result of the fault of emanating from the amalgamation of 1914 by a UK representative in the Niger area called Frederick Lugard. UK government reviewing this amalgamation that later led to the independence of Nigeria will solve terrorism not only in Nigeria but in the Sahel region. I will come, if invited, to speak on how dissolving Nigeria will solve this problem and furthermore protect the business interests of these powerful nations. So what is the problem about this petition then? If the one that we're expecting come out, we will still sign it. I say we should be signing petition every week, hitting millions of people signing it for the breakup of Nigeria. So, what is the issue there? Because everybody have seen this petition now, they've gone gag. A very good afternoon. Let's come back here. Fayemi. Kayode Fayemi, the governor of Ekiti, says the military is overwhelmed in handling Nigerian security challenge. Fayemi, who chairs the Nigerian Governors Forum, said effort to tackle insecurity must involve local communities. He said this on Tuesday when he led some of the governors on condolence visit. We have people in Ekiti that are suffering. This is Baba Gosime. This was in 2015. Osibajo. You know, conversation does not lie. Flashback in 2015. Osibajo says president failure to secure citizens is impeachable offense. We should impeach him now. Short man devil. So when we say go and sign petition, it's because this man, like it is, Erope is the best man out of the government there because he's a star boy. Amid the recent violent attack across the country, Vice President Yemi Osibajo in 2015 being referred to in his 2015 statement where he said it is an impeachable offense if the president cannot secure the lives and property of the citizens. So why do you want to be part of Nigeria? So Nigeria. Why should we continue to say we want to be part of Nigeria? Or break away, dissolution, whichever way you want to talk about it. At the time, about a month to 2015, president election Osibajo, the running mate to Muhammadu Buhari, the dead one, under the 419 APC, seemed to be sending a note to Goodluck Jonathan, the incumbent then, who was also seeking re-election under the People's Democratic Party 419. Just a year before, in 2014, where more than 200 girls were adopted. Do you know how many people have still been adopted? Do you know how many people are still missing? You don't want us to go with a full-blown fight with the federal government. But yet, a petition that was set up 6 months ago, maybe people do not like what the petition says, protecting the people of Southern and Middle Belt from Fulani genocide. Maybe that's why we were not signing it. So when they bring the new one that would then have the message of where we want to break away from Nigeria, I hope we will get the 100,000 before December. Let me now go into what my back-end team sent to me. I'll leave this one alone. You can go and watch more of that on Simon Ekpa's page if you want to. Let me now quickly tell you. The one that petition, Tawanti answers here, it has already been debated. We all watched the video. But the question is, go support whichever organization you feel comfortable with. Ìlànà Ọmọ Odùduwà, that's fine. OAM, that's fine. OPU, it doesn't look any organization as long as they have the reason to take us out of Nigeria. There's this one as well, Parapọ̀ for Advancement of Oduduwa People. Every organization have a reason for you to go and support them so that we can be able to come out of Nigeria as quickly as possible. Anyone that wants to sign that current petition that is going on, I guess the link is already being posted. You know, if you have not seen it, those of you that have it, please post it on all the channels so that people can sign it. The more pressure tobacco see and that is the petition. Please circulate that petition until we wait for the. I spoke to Sister Buki before coming on air. She was explaining the new petition coming up, on Oshatola's page yesterday. Petition will come up, and I spoke to my sister, Mamawa. Let me quickly remember her name. Mamawa. Bear with me, everybody. Olua Kemi Ife Olua. She's also, a presenter as well. So when we get the new petition from Sister Buki and the team, we will promote that as well. But what is this one as well to say? You should not sign it. At least it has given 19,000 as against the one that is not even up to 19,000 or 20,000. 6 months. Latin struggle pẹ̀lú 6 months. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà ń lé wọ́n ti ṣe ìwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe, but àwa tá wà níta ńkọ́. So let me come back to that other one. This one that was debated at the House of Parliament. Let's look into it. Okay, have I not posted it? Okay, let me come out first so that I can find it properly. Okay, I know where it is. It's on Koikimedia Oduduwa page. So let me go into this page. Sorry for those of you, we were unable to broadcast on Koikimedia Oduduwa page this afternoon. For a reason known to Facebook. I don't give a toss. Anyway, let's come now. This was what Nigerian Sanctioned Regime, Volume 684, debated on Monday the 23rd. We should be expecting a debate of the breakup of Nigeria before the end of December, if only everybody is serious. Don't leave it to the media alone. Iṣẹ́ gbogbo wa ni, especially those of you that believe that the God will do something, which I also believe. We must not say, and we don't even have to go to any kind of problem of fighting, but we will just prepare in case the Fulani wants to attack. When we say petition, and when they say what is signing, it gave them 200,000. Now the communique is out already, and I appreciate my back end team for telling me this because I just got this information right while I was live now. Hello, sign petition. Don't let that be a problem. Ṣẹ̀rí tó bá tẹ bá ti sign it, tó bá ti debate intermama kà fún yín náà ni pé wọ́n ti debate lórí bá ṣe fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Even if they do not agree with it, ó máa wà nínú record. Just like Simon Ekpa said as well. It will be in the record that we gave them that petition and they have already debated it. Is that a problem? So why are we not doing the right thing when we have every reason to do so now before it is too late? I greet everybody with there on our timeline. Ntolukaluku Elomi, into Bawa Sori program, Oya Tosiraun. Let us sign this petition. Let us now read some of what some of you must have listened to. Remember the video. You can see that when they were going to debate this, look at how the whole Nigerians around the world was focused. Everybody, and the data, all of that data, just to listen to what was being debated right here in London, which is about less than, if I go on the train now, it's less than 1 hour from where I'm living. We have been there so many times. We had protests there. There will be more protests coming after the COVID-19. We will collaborate with everybody. We will come out again just like we did on October 1st. And Niduro said, Nigeria must break before 2023, whether they like it or not. Rotimi Fash, Osibajo, disguised devil of Yoruba land. Okay, I got a message, my sister, saying maybe when our petition comes out, all these other platforms will promote it as well. Let me say something, let's get this clear. Whether another platform promote that petition or not, at least our kúrò nínú Nigeria. Definitely, Simon Ekpa, if that petition comes out, remember that I believe, I'm sure this petition that we're talking about, this particular one, they also promote it. So they did promote it as well. Because I remember Nnamdi Kanu also talked about it during the interview with Heritage, giving all the IPOB members to go and sign that petition. I remember, if I'm clear with that interview. So yes, we must promote. Yes, I think somebody's confirming that as well. Ejiro, I think Nnamdi Kanu did give instruction for people to go and sign the petition. So definitely, when our own petition comes out as well, Simon Ekpa will not hesitate to do the same thing. We all work together. If a group don't come up with the petition, then they will not support it because no one told them when they were thinking about it. That is our problem. If a group didn't come up with the petition, okay, I got the message. Okay, all right, I'm back here again. So now, this is the outcome of the petition for the answers, and this is now live on the Parliament's website. Petition is very easy, less than 2 minutes. By now, we keep go petition. If we should not even be talking about we are still less than 100. I'm still wondering why we are still far below the numbers that we need. We are not even close at all to that number. What can you do? Let us go and prepare for fight. Some people will say, news. Nǹkan kan ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀, ó máa create refugee níbi kan. Ṣé kò sí refugee nínú Nàìjíríà? Do you know how many IDP camps in Nigeria? So when people say, oh, ẹ má lọ dágun sílẹ̀ o, ẹ̀yin ọmọ tẹ́ ń pariwo nílùú òyìnbó yìí, ogun ti wà nínú Nàìjíríà, ogun ebi ń pa yín, ogun kò sí náà ń pa yín, no light, no road, nothing is working. Shit oh. And then you can see your governor here. I think before I go into, I'm going to debate a little bit because that petition we want to talk about is the answers, but we still have to talk about it. But I'll give you all the details of the people that were part of that petition. But if you go on, I think it was on the news, Timothy Khan is saying, I think I saw it on This Day. Was it This Day or Arise? No, it's Arise Television. Let me quickly show you. Even the North now are getting tired of this government. The North. I will not soon. Okay, I'm giving priority because a direct call from Nigeria, and I hope they just want to contribute to the program. Hello. Ẹ bá wa gbóhùn sókè, ẹ káàsán. Ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú. À ń gbọ́ yín. Ṣé fẹ́ dá sórí ètò ni? Ó yẹ tètè dá sí. Kò sí ẹni yẹ mò ń gbọ́ yín. Yẹ. Ẹni sùúrù ṣẹ́rí two thing ni ọ̀rọ̀ form àti petition ò sì kò ń ṣe form online nìyẹn ẹni tó bá ti lè ṣe online there's nothing anyone can do to that it has to be done online àwọn akọ́lá ní system yẹn and that is the inter lè ṣe yeah. Tó bá tó tí Fúlàní bá ti kidnap kan nù wọn níjọ́ kan tó wá ń tọrọ owó I understand ibi tá ti ń bọ̀ so I mean we are doing our best to educate those at home you know but again ẹni tó bá ní mobile phone tó wà tó jẹ́ smartphone kò likely bó ṣe lè ṣe petition if otherwise wọ́n máa láti lọ sí internet caf láti lọ ṣe and that's the only thing I can say. All right. Bákan ni wọ́n ṣe ń sẹ́ndì owó tó bá ń ṣe Big Brother Nigeria fún wọn ní GoFundMe. So all this excuse is not something we should be coming up now. Oh, sorry, I know his voice was very low. I'll go and bring the speaker upstairs. Anyway, we're not taking calls now. Please do not call the show at this present time. Nigeria, Buhari's government no good to us. Usman Yusuf, àwọn ọmọlá náà ti ń sọ̀rọ̀. Kó túbọ̀ gbóhùn sókè dáadáa, kó sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Let us hear this.
Many of these bandits have direct lines to the governors.
Did you hear that?
To the states.
Did you just hear that? Did anybody hear the first word from this interview? Many of the bandits have direct phone line to the governors. Have you ever thought that the bandits that are killing people, that killed our first-class Oba, did you hear what he said? That many of the bandits have direct access to the governors. You don't even have the number to your chairman, your local government. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nínú yàrá yìí ní ọkùnrin ní obìnrin. I've captured everybody all together. Let's continue with the broadcast.
We are negotiating with bandits and giving them the money of the people they are killing? Come on, people.
Well, we are also rehabilitating them and reintegrating them. Well, Prof, your first recommendation is your first recommendation in your paper is that President Buhari should take charge. I mean, how else should he take charge? I mean, he delegates authority, he has service chiefs. Immediately after the killings in Zabamari, he sent a delegation to empathize with the people. Why do you think that he's not in charge? If he's not in charge, then who is in charge?
I don't know. I'm not in the villa. And I don't question anybody. I don't question any general, any minister, any senator, because I did not vote for any one of them as my president. I voted.
All right. As much as I love to talk in between this video, but I will let the video roll and I'll come back again and then we will analyze this particular video. Hear what the man is saying carefully. I will mute my mic so that I will not interrupt. Let's go back to the video.
Nasser El-Rufai refused to negotiate with them. But there has to be a unified thing. If a governor in the neighboring state A is negotiating with them and I'm not negotiating with them, they buy them cattle, they buy them this, it is all sign of failure of governance from the center to the states. We are negotiating with bandits and giving them the money of the people they are killing. Come on, people.
Well, we are also rehabilitating them and reintegrating them. Well, Prof, your first recommendation is that your first recommendation in your paper is that President Buhari should take charge. I mean, how else should he take charge? I mean, he delegates authority, he has service chiefs. Immediately after the killings in Zabamari, he sent a delegation to empathize with the people. Why do you think that he's not in charge? If he's not in charge, then who is in charge?
I don't know. I'm not in the villa. And I don't question anybody. I don't question any general, any minister, any senator, because I did not vote for any one of them as my president. I voted for President Muhammadu Buhari, just like millions of us that voted for President Muhammadu Buhari, and we hold him responsible. And we put blame on him on everything in this government, because it's his government. Everybody from the service chiefs to his ministers to all his appointees, they serve at his pleasure. They do bad, we blame him. That's what democracy is. He has that power. So it is him, we put all the blame too. And it is his responsibility. And I've said it loud and clearly. A time will come when all of them that have a responsibility to protect our people will be asked to account for all the bloodshed, all the lives lost, all the women raped, all those that are in IDP camps, all people that are bereaved, and all those that go to bed hungry on account of their actions or inactions during their stewardship.
Welcome back onto the broadcast. Nigeria, Buhari's government no good to us. Usman Yusuf. We are already in soup if we don't come out of Nigeria as quickly as we can. If anybody is still thinking that Nigeria will survive, you are living in a different planet entirely. We've been given a lot of reason with different people at different intervals, with different videos, with different messages, that Nigeria will collapse. But because we have this, passion, not everybody now, but some millions of Nigerians still believe that we can fix and rectify the problem in the country. How do we do so? When everybody says, do you know that we still have IDPs in the country? Internal displaced people. So you think the federal government is not going to fight back? How do we keep the pressure? Let's open the phone line and get a gauge from some of you. But I will always remind us of these words of this man.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, how will the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
So when you hear somebody educated, well-connected, oh, you think that man is a yeye man. Oh, you thought that that man that just spoke now is telling us nonsense. Now, let's come back to this video we just watched. Let's remember all these because we are very forgetful people. A máa ń tètè gbàgbé nǹkan. Ṣé rí tára bá ti dẹ̀ wá díẹ̀, a máa ń gbàgbé nǹkan. Ṣé rí àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé wa, tára bá ti dẹ̀ gbogbo wa nísìn, a tún máa gbàgbé. Nobody remember that people were killed in Lekki massacre. Maybe 1 or 2 people. Nobody remember Tolulope. Nobody remember Nigerians as they are at the moment that have been snapped to their bone, according to the article we read yesterday by Comrade Victor Taiwo. I'm just reading somebody's comment here because this is an interactive platform where I read the comment and I pick them at random. The individual says, James Coker, I talk everybody to stop sending money home to location 9 for 3 months, and people in location 9 will sign the petition, period. But have you also thought of what we should do with those that are not in location 9 that refuse to sign the petition? So tẹ́ bá ṣe ń reverse ẹ̀sìn wọn, ẹ máa béèrè pé ibo ni gbogbo Yorùbá náà wà. Some people will start saying now, oh, we did not inform them. I'm sure that's what somebody is going to say now. But I'm sure they can hear the noise, the drums of what has been going on for the last 8 months. So how many people will sit here today around the world and say they did not see or heard about the rally that we did across the world? And what was the point of that rally? A total breakaway from Nigeria. So if anybody did not even hear anything about what we've been talking about, October 1st was a message that sent a signal around the globe. Kò sí ìlú tí wọ́n ti ṣe rally. Even ìlú tó wà restricted, something still pop up from social media from them. But Yoruba people believe that we will need everybody. That is why there must be game plan. The same game. You heard Dr. Obadia. You think he's a yeye man. You think that man that spoke earlier on now is somebody that does not have inside information. I'm going to play a video to us now, or rather a voice note, but I might have to go upstairs and bring, my speaker so that we can hear what someone sent to me as a voice note. Once again, Alawa Mamushe, Amo, Awano Ma Shishe Lori. We want to go out of Nigeria? Oh, we must work hard for that purpose. It's not going to come easy. Too many killings. Nigeria cannot. Look, Nigeria is too big to even solve its problem. Let us divide it. Let us dissolve it. Let us deamalgamate it. And then you will see the advantage of a Yoruba nation. You'll be well impressed. All these people say, all that, because they don't have what it takes. I know some of you want to see the template. What are the templates? What are the templates to leave Nigeria? What are the templates? Sorry, what are the templates when we come out of Nigeria? Some intellectual wants to see that, but they will prefer to be in one Nigeria that doesn't have no template. I want to compare the template. The template will let you know. What are the templates you will use to fix the problem when you come out of Nigeria? But does Nigeria have a template for anybody as we speak right now? Does Nigeria have a template? Once again, a very good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're joining us from. It's the 2nd of December, 2020. We're live as we speak right now. My number, for those that sometimes wants to get in touch, is the one that is scrolling at the top there and right at the bottom. We must come out first before we talk about rebuilding. Kò sí business tó fẹ́ ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà nísìn tó lè gbòòrò kò ń ṣe pé. Èmi ò mọ business tó fẹ́ ṣe. No matter how successful you think that business will flourish, the danger is too big to make you a millionaire. How many people have Nigeria turned to become a millionaire in 2020? In the last 60 years? 1%. Only 1%. We don't need to think about one Nigeria. Let us think about Yoruba first, where you will become more valuable as the citizen of a Yoruba nation. But some of you think it's not going to happen. But some of us know it will happen. With prayer, with work, with strategy. It depends on which organization you fall into. Whether as individual, groups of people, we must be prepared to come out of Nigeria so that life will become meaningful to people. The Constitution, I was with Citizen AY up to this morning. After I woke up at about 1 a.m., I was watching him talking about Constitution because the Constitution is fraud. It's not going to give you the perfect election anyway. So when those at home are saying, oh, we still want to go as a youth, that Constitution is fraud. We cannot get restructuring. We cannot get the true federalism. So what do we want? A total full autonomy where the Yorubas will decide how they want to manage their resources and their people. And anyone that wants to live in a Yoruba land will go according to our system there, where we will defend our river line, where we will be able to say to any Yoruba person around the world and those at home that your life will become guaranteed. Life you are guaranteed in Nigeria now. So why? Do you know there was a fire incident when I was awake this morning? 2 places. There was a fire in Ile-Ife, in one of the markets. There was a fire at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Whoa, from 4:30 a.m., the fire was still burning in Lagos. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is probably maybe jam-packed now. Is that the same country you want us to continue? Or some people say we can fix it. What do you want to fix? You can't fix anything. Let us end it now. These are the Fulani people.
Because before then, if you were a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go as a Muslim trader and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria, and the British stopped the spread of Christianity because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. He only let missionaries go to the parts that were not under Muslim rule, like the Jos Plateau. So the Christian church in the Middle Belt thrived in areas that had never been conquered by the House of Fulani. Why are there huge areas of the north of Nigeria depopulated today? The answer is jihad. Because those who weren't enslaved by the House of Fulani or conquered by the House of Fulani they either died by the sword or they fled to the hills, like the plateau, like the Goza Hills in Bornu. And in those hills, when I was there in the because before then, if you were a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go as a Muslim trader and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria, and the British stopped the spread of Christianity because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. He only let missionaries go to the parts that were not under Muslim rule, like the Jos Plateau. So the Christian church in the Middle Belt thrived in areas that have never been conquered by the House of Fulani. Why are there huge areas of the north of Nigeria depopulated today? The answer is jihad. Because those who weren't enslaved by the House of Fulani or conquered by the House of Fulani, they either died by the sword or they fled to the hills, like the plateau, like the Goza Hills in Bornu. And in those hills, when I was there in the because before then, if you were a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go as a Muslim trader and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria, and the British stopped the spread of Christianity because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. He only let missionaries go to the parts that were not under Muslim rule, like the Jos Plateau. So the Christian church in the Middle Belt thrived in areas that have never been conquered by the House of Fulani. Why are there huge areas of the north of Nigeria depopulated today? The answer is jihad. Because those who weren't enslaved by the House of Fulani or conquered by the House of Fulani, they either died by the sword or they fled to the hills, like the plateau, like the Goza Hills in Bornu. And in those hills, when I was there in the
Is that not the same Bornu? Did you hear what the man said? Check on Bornu and on the scene. What is slaughter 111 people? Do you know that Boko Haram has already come out and say, that is how powerful Boko Haram has been. They've already come out and they gave their reason. They gave their reason that the community that goes and tell the government about them. Before we go into that, life has lost its value under Buhari, according to the Northern. I'm going to come back to that audio in a minute, but let's read this article on the Punch newspaper. Bornu killings. Remember the man was talking about Bornu? Maybe you hear it here. Let me bring the video here because people don't understand what is about to be unleashed in the South. If we continue to mess around and thinking that, if we don't do anything now, everything will go away. Nothing is going away. These guys are animals. They are not going anywhere. Rather than going, they want to encroach the land. They are not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. Let's watch this again.
Because before then, if you were a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go as a Muslim trader and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria, and the British stopped the spread of Christianity because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. He only let missionaries go to the parts that were not under Muslim rule, like the Jos Plateau. So the Christian church in the Middle Belt thrived in areas that have never been conquered by the House of Fulani. Why are there huge areas of the north of Nigeria depopulated today? The answer is jihad. Because those who weren't enslaved by the House of Fulani or conquered by the House of Fulani, they either died by the sword or they fled to the hills, like the plateau, like the Goza Hills in Bornu. And in those hills, when I was there in the 19...
Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was mute. Sorry about that. It won't take long before I know that, because I have so many devices that I was also following. Sorry about that. Thank you very much, Rotimi Fash. Thank you very much also to Fatai and also Abe Lincoln and Collins Baba and those of you. The volume is back now, so don't worry too much. It won't go long before I know that the volume is off. It won't go long because I follow every comment. I have multiple devices here. I'm reading from YouTube here, and I follow every comment that is coming through the thread. Because that's the only way I can engage with you. I'm not here just to be talking and talking, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. So anyway, I was giving you the background of Kate Osamo. Somebody say, I'm talking spiritually. That is what I saw. Fight and get freedom. That's what I believe as well. We have to fight to get the freedom. So she is also the all-party parliamentary group for Nigeria. We should be putting pressure on her on the breakaway of Nigeria, even if she doesn't want it. She was also a former shadow secretary of state for international development. You can find her on all her social media handles. She's got a Twitter. Go there. She also has a website, and that is the website there, www.kateosamo.co.uk. These are where you can put pressure. Sherry, these ones are the ones that is easy for everybody. But if you don't want it, then be prepared for the big one. You can see, this is what your senator should be doing. But your senator will never do something like this. Engage with the people. Have their own website where they can tell you what they are doing, how they are doing it, right? Your own senator, you will never even have opportunity to get in touch with them, right? So if you want to get in touch, you click on that. And this is details there. These are not something that they hide away. It is only in Nigeria that your senator, do you know that this man, let me remind you again, that video we were playing from Arise was telling us, right?
Many of these bandits have direct lines to the governors.
They have direct line to the governor as against you having direct line to that governor. But here in UK, you can have access to all your members of parliament. And then you members of parliament, you go on Google and you say, how do I find my MP? There's a link and it comes up straight away and right there and there. So you put any postcode or location. If I put Tottenham, right, straight away, it will tell me who is the member of parliament, David Lammy. So if they bang any Tottenham area, meaning North London, ẹ kọ lẹ́tà sí àwọn people yìí. Ẹ bá wa sọ fún wọn pé àní Nàìjíríà ti sú wa sẹ́ àfi ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́. As an MP for you, you have the right to send an email or get in touch with them that wants you to address the situation of the 1914 amalgamation. Every one of us must put pressure. If you don't do this, then be prepared for us to go into conventional guerrilla war or whatever it takes. This is how you will help all these organizations like that, Ìlànà Ọmọ Oòduà, Parapọ̀, OAM, name every organization. Look, I love every of these organizations, and the only way tí a lè fi ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ náà ni pé káwa náà ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀. Tá a bá ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀, ká máa get in touch pẹ̀lú, because UK is where the problem started. And it is in UK we can put the pressure down as well to make sure that we break away from Nigeria peacefully without no fight. But when you don't do that, then we should be prepared for the other way out. So if you say to me now, oh, I don't like you talking about fight, I am not giving you so many alternatives now. Anybody wants to know where your MP lives, especially those of you in UK, please, no sound. What? No sound again? Are you sure? Or you are still delayed? The sound. Who wants to know the name of their MP? And let me put this link out as well. These are links that are very, very important. That's if you want us to have a
autonomy.
If otherwise, we are going to be wasting time for so many. We can put the pressure on. So I'm going to now again send the link out. How do I find my MP? Who is looking for this MP? Give me a name and I'll help you to bring it out now as quickly as possible. Anybody, especially those of you in UK, who wants to know the name and the where your MP, your email address of your MP? If otherwise, go to the website that I've just posted out on all the timeline. Okay, why is people saying no sound? I'm getting the second person saying no sound. Are we having trouble with the sound? Please get in touch with your member of parliament. Inamdi says no sound. Maybe your system, you might want to come out and come back in. The sound is very good. Abby Lincoln said the sound is good. Okay, somebody said I should search for somebody. Thank you very much. Start giving me the names of your MP. Let me look at it all for you. Their email address, you will find it. Say, look, you don't have to go out from your house. And if you want a template of the letter, get in touch with me. We have a template letter. You just put your name and your number there. You send it off. It doesn't, all these things does not take long. But the problem is we don't want to do all these things. So somebody have just asked for one of their MP, Casheton. I hope I pronounced that very well. Just give me a minute. So somebody just asked for their MP. So let's look for that name. You can see. I hope it's right. No, that name. Ṣé àdúgbò ni ibi tẹ́ send yẹn? Okay, Casheton MP. I hope so. Because that's the name it's come up with. Elliot Coburn. And they have Twitter. They have, look, these are the people that we must put pressure on. Some of them, they have sympathy for Yoruba people. But because we are not reaching out to them, will you reach out to them? Oh, be rest assured you will get a reply. I will give you, we read the letter that one of our own sent out just the day of the one that were debating the NSAS. Thank you very much. No, we can't hear you. We hear you now. So, okay, it looks like somebody, maybe it's your own sound system. So, these are the easiest way. If you don't want us to go, okay, somebody said I should check for SS. So, I'm going to do that straight away. All the link as well is being posted out on our timeline. All this information as well, I can assure you, I'll be putting that on my website. So that the website, koikimedia.com, you'll be able to find all this information. Somebody said I should check SS. Let's see. who the MP is, Member of Parliament. It's coming up. That's it. Sir Bernard Jackin. They have their email address, bernard.jackin.mp@parliament.uk. You can write official letter as well. House of Commons, London SW1A 0 Alpha Alpha. They have a website. They have Twitter account. This is how we will engage with everybody. But if you don't do all these, then what else do you want? How do you want us to go out of Nigeria if you don't do all these? Greenwich, okay? Somebody said I should check Greenwich as well. So let's check Greenwich. Ṣẹ̀rílẹ̀ òun ló easy jù. Èyí máa ran àwọn different organization lọ́wọ́ ni. Ṣorí tí wọ́n bá ti kọ lẹ́tà, wà wá lọ́wọ́ organization tó tẹ́ kó like. Wà wá sọ fún pé mo ti bá yín kọ lẹ́tà o. Matthew Pennycook. That's the MP. Again, matthew.pennycook.mp@parliament.uk. He has his own website. He has his own Twitter account. You go there now, you go straight to his Twitter page. This is how you engage them. You bombard them with messages of Nigeria must break. If we don't do all these, then how do you want us to come out of Nigeria? And I want us to come out of Nigeria. So I have put the link out, and now let us quickly then read the draft. So let's go straight into this. Teresa Villa, I beg to move that this House has considered a e-petition 554150 relating to Nigeria and the sanction regime. It is a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, Mr. Gray. I thank the Emagbo. They are thanking you. Sherry Peshen, there's a long sign petition here. What to Mama Dupelowoyi? Mr. Gray says, I thank the 220,330 people who have signed the petition. When I last checked it this morning, especially the 853 who are my constituency in Chipping Barnet. This petition has been promoted by disturbing events in Nigeria over the recent weeks. There have been widespread protests regarding the activities of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad of Nigerian Police, known as SARS. That unit has deeply controversial reputation, and the hashtag EndSARS started to appear prominently on social media as far back as 2017. Reports of violent and human rights abuses by the SARS dated back several years, but this latest protest follows circulation of a shocking video in the early October, which many believe shows man being killed by the SARS officers. On the 11th of October, President Buhari announced plans to disband the unit. However, such promises have been made in the past, yet SARS has seemingly continued to operate. This will be the fourth time the unit was abolished. And I don't want to bore you with all the messages there, but this is what would happen when our own Kate Osamo spoke as well at about 6:10. Everything is documented with the timing as well, which is very, very important. The time now here as well is 15:33. That's 3:33 p.m., the 2nd of December. We are live as we speak right now. And these are the easiest way to get the message in. This Tom Tugenet. Thank you for calling me to speak, Mr. Gray. It is a pleasure to my friend, the Honorable Member of Edmonton, Kate Osamo, who speak quite rightly with passion about one of the world's greatest country, which is sadly being racked by violence. You can see they're still calling Nigeria a world great country. So as far as they're concerned, Nigeria is okay. But when we start telling them that Nigeria is not okay, we need to know the 1914 amalgamation. They will debate it. We will receive a communique like this. There have been some debate about this, but I argue that the greatest book in the English language is Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, the great Nigerian writer. The beauty of that book is the way it explains the challenge to challenging generations of living together. And the way it speaks about values fall away and continue being eroded by outside pressure. What we are seeing in Nigeria today is part of that story. It is tragedy that we are watching and witnessing as we see things fall apart. Oshima fall apart. The pressure this time is not foreign colonization, but corruption, violence, and attempt at control. I totally agree with my friend, the honorable member of Edmonton, that we need to call out the corruption and use the power we have in this country to stop those who are profiting from the wealth of that great nation. But then we must tell them that we need to break away from Nigeria. And part of that is to give as many as possible petition to end Nigeria peacefully. If not, it goes the other way around. Yes, all the petitions will definitely be on our pages. Even on our website, Koikimedia. We start putting them there from today. We still have the one there. The new one will be coming out as soon as we have it, we'll let you know. Also, remember, it was this same man that told us General Gowon left Nigeria with half the Central Bank of Nigeria. So it says, and moved to London. We know that today, even now, look, even now, in this great city of United Kingdom of ours, according to this member of the parliament, there are some people who have taken from Nigerian people and hidden their ill-gotten gains here. Sadly, we know that our banks have been used for those profits and for that illegal transfer of assets. So, in terms of gbogbo àwọn jẹgúrújẹrá, àwọn governor, senator, chairman, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ olè, and all those that have taken the ill-gotten gains of Nigeria are using them here in their bank. If you can't hear, you must have to go out of the broadcast and come back in. And this is why we say, sign the petition. And this guy is the chair of the foreign affairs, and we must put pressure on him. So let me go back to him there. Let me go and look for him on these. So let me find him right there. So I'm going to look for him. Okay, let me go and find him here. His name is Tom Tugenet. He knows everything. This guy, he knows a lot, and we must go and put pressure on him as also the foreign. I need to put pressure on him as well. Everybody must be able to send him one email, and I want you all to confirm that from tomorrow. Every one of us, even myself included, we must go and send him an email. I hope I spelled the name right. Okay, I have to take out one G. Everybody, send him an email, and let's tell him that's him there. And his email address is right there. These are the things that we need to be doing if truly we want to come out of Nigeria. Things need to actually fall apart. We are not one. We can never be one. But I hope you will send an email at Biolota. He has inside knowledge of what is going on in Nigeria. And that is why he was using Chino Achebe. Things fall apart. Everything is about to fall apart in Nigeria. They know. But they're not going to go to Nigeria and fight for our behalf. But what they can do is they can sit down and debate it. And that is his website. Go and visit these people. Send them an email. Get in touch with them. Follow them on, I think most people love Twitter, right? That's in there. Every one of them. And here is what? His Twitter handle. I'm going to be following him straight away as well. And that is the only way we can get the message. MP for Tonbridge is the Foreign Affairs Committee, the chair of the Foreign Affairs. These are the people that need to know that we are really indeed. Okay, please display the email. Okay, let me go back so that I can display the email again. Sorry about that. So let me increase the front. Everybody watching this broadcast, I want you to copy that email. and let us start sending message to him. Tom.tughat.mp. Security briefings from the Foreign Office. Gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pátápátá ní Nàìjíríà, ọwọ́ wọn ló wà. He knows because he gets security briefing. Montomi, when they say somebody is the foreign secretary. I mean the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, rather. I am pleading with every one of us this afternoon watching this broadcast. Okay, let me quickly find the email for you and post it straight away onto all our timeline. I'm just doing that now. Bear with me. So that it makes life easy for everybody. Copy and paste. Right? I'm doing that now. So, as I'm doing that, start sending the email. Telling him the reason. Just tell him your own reason why you don't want to be inside that contraction for Nigeria. It's not about calling the show anymore now. We are giving everybody an assignment to go and do. Every one of us, including myself, you can draft that email right from your mobile phone. It doesn't take that long. The details is coming up very soon. Bear with me. I'm putting it together. His name is Tom. He's the chair. And right there and there, by the time he received thousands and thousands of messages from everybody, they will know that we are not joking. He knows, he has inside knowledge as someone that received security briefing. I'm going to play speech as well. Let me remind you of his speech. Let's go and look for it. While I'm posting already. Everybody now should start copying that email address straight away. Everyone. I can do one Nigeria. We must put pressure on them. We want to go peacefully. These are the ways we can go peacefully. You don't want to go peacefully, then we are all asking for a fight. And some of us don't want us to fight. Then we must put pressure. Put pressure on them. Let me go and bring up his speech on that day. That's the beauty of technology. So let me go and bring his video. It's a 39 seconds video, I guess. He spoke for more than 39. I want the full video. How many minutes is this? Okay, let's watch this together.
It's part of that story. It's pressure. What we're seeing in Nigeria today is part of that story. It's a tragedy that we are watching. It's a tragedy that we are all witnessing, because as we see things falling apart, the pressure this time is not people who have taken from the Nigerian people and hidden their ill-gotten gains here. We know that our banks, sadly, have been used for that profit and for that illegal transfer of assets. And that means that the UK is in an almost unique position in being able to actually do something to really exert pressure on those who have robbed Nigerian pressure.
So now, part of the pressure as well now is we start also pleading with them, putting emails. You can draft the email whichever way you like it. Let me read one of the emails that one of our followers, I won't give you his name, but I'll give you the background of that email in just a minute. Just bear with me. This is Koikimedia. This is where we tell you that we are not just here shouting that we want to fight. We are also going to keep the pressure on them. And immediately after all this lockdown, we'll be organizing another powerful, session of protest, peaceful protest. So now, let me quickly tell you what one of our followers, on that same day that they were debating, he was able to send an email quickly. And this is the message he sent out. Dear Tom Tughat, my name, I'm going to use my own name because I don't want to reveal the person. My name is Olayomi Koiki. I'm a Yoruba man who is a resident in United Kingdom. Thank you for your passionate and well-presented debate in the Westminster Hall last night, the 23rd of November 2020, on the motion that the UK Parliament and the government sanction Nigeria and the regime on human rights abuses of the NSAS protest. Kind reminder that since Nigeria formally returned to democracy in May 1999 from the military dictatorship, there have been persistent, long-running accusations of severe human rights abuses. This has now been accelerated by a citizen hardship, kidnapping, ongoing killings by the Nigerian State Secret Service, police, military, and other government-sponsored backed gangs, bandits, herdsmen carrying AK-47 rifles to intimidate, kill as southern citizens, of which all are supported by this current government headed by President Muhammadu Buhari. This may amount to genocide of millions of indigenous ethnic Yoruba, Igbo, and the Middle Belt people. There is a huge indigenous struggle for independence and self-determination on the ground from the indigenous people of the southwest Nigeria, majority Yorubas under the umbrella of Ilana Omo Odua, asking for a peaceful breakup. And if you don't want to be part of the Ilana Omo Odua, use your own organization, use your own name. The most important thing is we must keep the pressure going. This was one email that was sent out. And let me quickly finish up the email. Ask for a peaceful breakup of Nigeria to avoid humanitarian crisis which could potentially affect Africa and the entire world as a whole. The current sitting parliamentarians and the representatives in both Nigerian House of Representatives and Senate have all disengaged themselves from their respective constituency and all in bed with the government, which is stifling debate, arresting, persecuting peaceful protesters on this issue. Sadly, it was mentioned during the debate that the UK government has been providing training, support for Nigerian police force to suppress our citizens. I know that the UK government policy states non-interference in the sovereign state, local issues, but this case is different, as history will remind us all if we fail to act and stop another potential genocide in Africa. Kindly support the All-Party Parliamentary Group of Nigeria to take initiative to pressure the UK government on direct intervention to invite all the ethnic groups to discuss peaceful breakup of Nigeria to avoid a potential genocide. Now, the Yorubas are the largest ethnic group in West Africa, spanning from the southwest Nigeria to Republic of Benin, Togo, Ghana, and the Ivory Coast, more so beyond the continent of Africa, with an estimated population of over 100 million, and they need all forms of solidarity, pressure on the UK government to end its support for Nigerian state, question in the parliament, debate mentions, and more. Anything you can do to raise the issue is deeply appreciated. Yorubas deserve the right to self-determination of an independent nation. Many thanks, kind regard, Olayomi Koiki. So what more can you ask for? Imagine Toban received this kind of email every blessed day on their table. They would then start asking questions. Maybe it's time now to invite everybody on the round table. But when we're not doing anything, then we can't do much. Let me open the phone line and then we can get based on what we've discussed so far, and we can continue with the show. My name is Olayomi Koiki. This is also to say that we don't have to fight. We can keep the pressure if only everybody agrees with the timeline that we need to keep the pressure. Should we wait till 2023? Should we keep the pressure going now? You can see why we can't stop talking every day. +4475940500979. Britain will break as they're seeing what is happening. That is coming from one of our listeners on YouTube. Another one says, now we are facing recession and security catastrophe. They are all dancing ijo yo-yo with our money. All right, let me play that audio. And then if any call comes in, I will pause that. But I would rather want to play that audio all the way through. Let me get the person, because so many messages. So while I'm trying to get that as well. Okay, I'm also told that somebody just sent me a message here that you need to send a message as well to Adiola. I think I'm sure a lot of you know her on Sarah Reporter. She's a journalist and she also has a lot of followers. Every Yoruba person should be talking about the total breakup of Nigeria. If they're not talking about it, I don't know what they're talking about. Nigeria cannot work, and it is not going to work. Bear with me. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to everyone that is still with us on this live broadcast. Pressure can work, but we must also remain absolute focus. Now, do you think all this is a media work alone? Media not and I guess we have our first caller coming through. I might put you on speaker, and that means there might be a bit of distort with the communication, so that you're aware. Yeah, go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for being updating our people. We really appreciate you. May God Almighty Allah is going to be your strength by special grace of God. We are going to keep on pressure. We are not waiting for 2023 or 2021. We are going to continue the way we are doing it, sir. Okay. We are being the follower and we cannot go to back. We are going to continue keeping pressure until we achieve our aim. Hello?
I'm with you. I can hear you. Go ahead. Yeah.
That's it, sir. Because these are the things for me. But because nobody is happy. Since we are hold on for Mr. Ajayi, she wants to talk to you too.
Hello, Koikimedia. Priscilla ló sọ̀rọ̀ Ajayi láti New Jersey. Ó kú iṣẹ́ yìí o. Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè á mú adélẹ̀ ìlérí la máa tẹ pariwo náà ní títí tí ọmọ fi tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ o. Ó sì máa tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ní ká sàn láti sáyìn o.
Let's go straight to Libya, where another caller is coming through. +4475 94050979. Hello, caller. Okay, I think the Libya number has gone away. I'm going to play this audio. It's one of our listeners in US that asked me to play the audio, and I will do that. But I'm also going to change the background because she was addressing these to someone that I'm sure a lot of you. Okay, let's go straight again. We have another caller coming through.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tẹ̀mí kọ̀ fẹ́ sọ nípa ìjọba ọlọ́run bá pẹtíṣọ̀n yẹn òun la ní ìdìbà yìí ní ìsìn pẹtíṣọ̀n yẹn àti gba ká mú ọlọ́mọ̀jẹ̀ ká ṣe wàhálà lásán ọlọ́mọ̀jẹ̀ ká ṣe wàhálà lórí asán pẹtíṣọ̀n táwọn kọ́ sáìn ó ẹ̀fáyà mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ níbi pé bóyá ọ̀bìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan káràmásìkì nǹkan then this is do another petition ẹjọ́ tó ọlọ́run bá. Bí pẹtíṣọ̀n yẹn ṣe máa jẹ́ kíákíá jẹ́ pé àtọ́ máa fọwọ́ lù ú nígbà tí nǹkan tó ṣe wá tó ti kọjá ilé àpọ̀ wa lọ́gbọ́n pé àgbọ̀dọ̀ káràmásì gbogbo àlà ń pariwo pé afẹ́kọ̀ ònú yà afẹ́kọ̀ ònú èṣì afẹ́kọ̀ lọ́wọ́ pọlitíṣà orílẹ̀-èdè lóbi jọ fún ọmọ àjọ àkọ́kọ́ lágbàá tó àmúra láti bá pẹtíṣọ̀n ẹjọ́ àti gbà pé ìyẹn ti wé ìdànù nìyẹn àlọ́jà ní wọn yẹn tó tó ọlọ́run afẹ́kọ̀ pọ̀ sí lórí ẹ̀ láti ṣe kí ni láti fáyẹ̀.
Thank you very much to our caller there from Libya. So I'm going to roll that audio And this was sent to me, and the request was for me to, to play that audio to those of you watching us.
Hello, Koikimedia. Well done for a wonderful job that you are doing. Kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Olúwa á gbé ẹ lẹ́sẹ̀. Àwọn ogun ọ̀run á dúró tì ẹ́. Àwọn alálẹ̀ Yorùbá gan á súre fún ẹ. Èyí tó ń ṣe yìí, àwọn ọmọdọ́mọ ẹ títí dé ìran kẹwàá ẹ á máa gbọ́ ìtàn ẹ. Á dẹ̀ máa wà proud of you. I am also very proud of you. Orúkọ mi ni Ọmọ́wùmí Dísù. Ọmọ́wùmí Dísù, ọmọ Èkó paraku ni mí. Bàbá mi ọmọ Ìsàlẹ̀ Èkó. Màmá mi ọmọ Ológbowó. Ojú gbà mí tì pé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin Èkó. In the first place, let me tell Tinubu, the first man tó ń pẹ̀rẹ̀ ní Jagaban. I don't know what that Jaga nonsense mean, but
all right, I will take this last call, but I would not like to interfere with that audio. So this is going to be the last call for now, so that we're not having interference with that audio. Because I need that audio. Edited, sorry, because I interfere with the audio can't play anything. So edited by us. I can't so I'm going. All right, am I take me, please? I just can go audio and then we'll open the line again. If not, Omama interfere with the audio.
Because gbogbo wa ti mọ̀ yí pé Tinubu ò kì í ṣọmọ Tinubu Ìrágbìjí ló ti wá, even though èmi ò mọ orúkọ ẹ̀. But tó bá wá jẹ́ pé ó sọ pé ọmọ Tinubu lòun.
Please do not call. Okay, what I'll do is I think I know what to do. So that would not come true. So instead of me saying do not call, I'll probably do what I have to do. So that call will not come true.
Tó dẹ̀ ń ta àwọn aráàlú ẹ̀. Á jẹ́ pé ọmọ àlè ni. Á jẹ́ pé ọmọ àlè gidi ni. Á jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kó lọ find out ibi tí ìyá ẹ̀ ti gbóyún ẹ̀ wá. Torí kò lè jẹ́ ọmọ Èkó gidi. Kó máa ta àwọn aráàlú ẹ̀. Tọ́jọ́ gbọ́ èdè kan náà. Tó bá wá jẹ́ pé nítorí owó tí àwọn Fúlàní ń gbé fún ni, àbí ọgbọ́n orí burúkú àti ẹ̀wẹ́ tó fi gba gbogbo ogún Lagos tó sọ ní tiẹ̀, wọ́n nílé ta fi tọ́mọ ni, èrè ló máa wo. Tinubu ò mọ̀ mí ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ ẹ́ dáadáa. Ìgbà tó máa ń wá sí Houston, tó máa ń bá ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ Lawal, I've heard so much about you. I've seen so much about you. But for the first time that I saw you, I know you are not true. Ipa ẹsẹ̀, ìwàkiwà, ìwà jàgídíjàgan, ìgbà olè wá pààyàn, ìwà amúgbó tó ń wù. Òun ló jẹ́ kíkà ní ó fáwọn ẹ̀mí gangan kó lose life ẹ̀. Ọdún wọ́kọ́ ló pa ọlọ́jọ́ lóde o, ṣùgbọ́n wàhálà tiẹ̀ kan kù. Bó ṣe wá fi wàhálà kún ayé Gani Fáwẹ́hìnmí, bí Olúwa ṣe ń jẹ́ Olúwa tí ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ sì ń bẹ, òní nísinmi. Ewé ojú omi kò kí nísinmi, òní nísinmi. Káláàárọ̀ bá ní kó da fún ẹ. Ahmed alálẹ̀ òní jẹ́ kó sunwọ̀n fún ẹ. Tó bá sunwọ̀n fún ẹ kò ní pẹ́ nídìí ẹ̀. Àti wá àtọmọ ẹ̀ní jèrè. Àwọn ọmọ ogun òun máa ṣépè fún ẹ ní òrùkọ lówó ni o. O ní nǹkan kan. Tó bá lọ lówó, oní tó ṣàgàrí ni. Àbí kí lorúkọ iye tó kú? Jagaban sí bí tó kú sórí ilé obìnrin. Ìwọ èṣù tó ń sìn ẹ náà ló máa pa ẹ́. Wàá lọ òní padà. Ibikíbi tó bá wùn ẹ́ kó lọ kó sùn nínú àgbo. Kó fi awọ kìnìún kó wọ̀ ọ́. Ọlọ́run ọba tó mú kìnìún tó ń pa inú kìnìún dé níjọ́ kìíní, ó máa pa inú kìnìún dé mọ́ ẹ lọ́rùn ni. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ṣe é báṣubàṣu. Torí pé o ti fẹ́ fi ojú ọlá àwọn ọmọ Èkó ti fi ń gbolẹ̀. Òun gùn wọ́n gàràgàràgàrà. Wàá lọ mú ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun wá pé kó wá jọba lé wọn lórí, kó wá jẹ kọmíṣánná mọ́ wọn lórí. Lórí ilẹ̀ ìlú wọn, alálẹ̀ ò ní gbé ẹ, kò ní gbé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Tó bá kó gbogbo owó ilé ayé jọ tó ju ti Fort Knox of United States lọ, ò ní rí bá ti ṣe. Ó ti ń jẹ ẹran, ó ń jẹ màálùú, ó ń jẹ tòlótòló, ó máa jẹ gungbè yẹn rán ni. tó bá jẹran náà kò ní tó lẹ́nu ẹ kò ní dùn lẹ́nu ẹ omi ara ẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara ẹ wọ́n máa bínú sí ẹ wọ́n máa riot against you ni àwọn the elements of the universe ìyẹn ní oòrùn ìràwọ̀ òṣùpá wọn ò ní cooperate pẹ̀lú ẹ ilẹ̀ tó ń tẹ̀ ilẹ̀. kò tẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ wọ́n ní ọmọ ọba máa tẹ̀ nǹkan jẹ́jẹ́ àjòjì ńkọ́ báwo ló ṣe máa tẹ̀ á tẹ̀ búṣubùṣu ọmọ ilé bí ni ẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé ìran olówó ló ti jáde wá o ò ní fẹ́ràn owó ju ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ lọ àwọn ọmọ tó ń bí ní owó tó ń fi owó tọ́ wọn kì í wà money mongry bíi tiẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n bó ṣe wá lówó ló fẹ́ wọ́n ní ikú ogun ló ń pa kíkanjú ikú odò ló ń pa òmùwẹ̀ ikú owó ló máa pa ẹ́ owó máa dédé di monster ó máa ṣòkè Tinubu ṣé wàá rí gbogbo àwọn tó fi há ìdí tó fi há bẹ́ tó ń lọ jà fún ẹ tó ń pààyàn fún ẹ wọ́n ṣe ń pààyàn fún ẹ gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń pa á máa dà ẹ́ láàmú wọ́n máa lé ẹ ò ní sùn ò ní wo ò ní lálàáfíà tálàáfíà bá bá ìdùnnú ò ní bá ẹ tó bá lálàáfíà láàárọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ ló máa pè ní ayé Amẹ́ríkà ni mo wà ó tó bá láwọn ẹmẹ̀wọ́ ẹ̀ tán fẹ́ wá pààyàn tó wọ́n á mú un it's all well and good kò sígbà tí gbogbo wa ò ní kú tí n bá kú mi ò dúkò tó tiẹ̀ o máa kú ṣùgbọ́n ikú ṣe ikú rádaràda ni Abacha kú kò sẹ́ni tó rántí ẹ̀ mọ́ ikú ẹ̀ máa wọ́ọ̀sì ju ti Abacha lọ gbogbo agbára tó bá ní kó máa lọ sà wọ́n ní babaláwo tó gbójúlé ìwọ ò mọ̀ kó máa sá lọ sí Sókótó oníṣègùn tí ó fẹ̀yìntì ó tiẹ̀ ní kò ní dúró ní Kàlàbà àwọn alálẹ̀ níjọ́ kìíní àná tí àwọn ará Ísírẹ́lì tó ń fi ẹnu kò Mósè Ọlọ́run fún ara ẹ̀ ló dìde ló bi Mósè pé kí ló fẹ́ kí òun ṣe fún wọn Mósè ní tí ò ṣe rí tí Ọlọ́run ò tí ì ṣe rí kò tí ì pé ilẹ̀ kó lanu kó gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn ilẹ̀ máa gbé ẹ̀mí ní agbára èmi náà sọ fún Ọlọ́run pé bó ṣe ṣèǹjọ sí fún àwọn ará Rúbẹ́nì àti Kórà àti Ábíràm nígbà tí ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run bá mú ẹ tán ilẹ̀ alanu agbé ẹ̀mí gbogbo agbára tó bá ní òtúbàǹtẹ̀ ló máa jẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí wọ́n fi sí ará Èkó tẹ́ ẹ̀ kì í ṣọmọ Èkó tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣe Èkó báṣubàṣu rádaràda rédèrèdè játijàti ló máa gbèrú gbèsè ayé yín kò wá ní jẹ́ yìí nìkan títí dé ìran karùn-ún yín ayé yín ò ní tutù gbé mi fún yín ẹ fẹ́ sọ Èkó dìdàkudà ẹ fẹ́ sọ di rádaràda torí pé àwọn ọmọ Èkó wọ́n gbọ̀gẹ̀ àtolè àtàrà oko Èkó gbàgbàkúgbà ó ti kó ará oko dé gbogbo ẹ̀yà ọmọ Èkó tán bí tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ Èkó lọ fẹ́ fi ṣẹlé Èkó ò ní kẹ́ máa wá ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá lè máa wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fẹ́ sọ Èkó dìdàkudà àwọn ọ̀ràn dìran yín àwọn ọmọ yín rádaràda rédèrèdè bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe máa rí so wá rí pẹ́sidẹ́ǹtì tó tiẹ̀ máa ló fẹ́ jẹ yẹn èmi ò tiẹ̀ ní kó má jẹ tó bá jẹ òní pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ tó bá pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ òní nísinmi tó bá nísinmi òní lálàáfíà tó bá lálàáfíà òní ìdùnnú òní bá ẹ òní nísinmi o Tinubu ìwọ kọ́ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà yìí o bọ̀ tí gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ sí àwọn múrí okùn ọlá àwọn mọ́gàjí tó pè é lọ́mọ àti Òkúnnù àti Tinubu tó ń fà ẹ́ lẹ̀ tó sọ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ní ọmọ Èkó ní ẹ́ gbogbo wọn ti kú bọ̀tí gbogbo àtúbọ̀tún gbogbo ọmọ wọn kò ní dáa torí pé ẹni ibi ni ẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ sọ ẹjọ́ ọmọ Èkó tán òwálẹ́kùn yẹn gangan ló fẹ́ bàjẹ́ alálẹ̀ ló máa bà ẹ́ jẹ́ á bà wọ́n ọmọ ẹ jẹ́ káyé wọn àárọ̀ wọn bá da alẹ́ wọn ò ní sùn wọn àwọn ọmọ àtàwọn ọmọ táwọn náà bí kò ní tutù gbénu fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe máa rí fún un ní agbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ní agbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọ̀dọ́ àgùntàn tó bá ní màlẹ ní ẹ ìdà tí àwọn màlẹ àwọn Fúlàní yẹn tó fi ń pààyàn ló máa fi gé ẹbí ló máa fi ṣàì sí wẹ́wẹ́ ṣọdí kan máa pa wá ní gbogbo ìrandíran ẹ láti orí Ṣèyí ní Ṣadé ní ọwọ́ whatever tó bá bí gbogbo wọn ní Fúlàní máa pa lójú ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ò ní jèrè wọn tó bá jèrè wọn ò ní pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó bá pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọn ò ní dùn nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe máa rí fún ẹ èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ì ní agbára kankan ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ ẹni tó ní agbára jù ẹ lọ òun náà ni ọba Sátì alágbára lórí ayé lórí ọ̀run ẹni tó tẹ ẹlẹ́dó àti gbogbo nǹkan tó wà nù ẹ̀ ká láàárọ̀ bá ní kó da fún ẹ Ahmed Tinubu ní ọmọ orúkọ bàbá ẹ o ṣùgbọ́n tó bá lámẹ́d Tinubu yẹn náà ló ń jẹ́ torí tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ọkọ ni wàá jẹ́ orúkọ bàbá tó bí ẹ ọmọ àlè ni ẹ kì í ṣe gbogbo ọmọ tó bá bí fálẹ̀ nìkan lọ ẹ bastard tó o bá jẹ́ bastard bàbá ẹ ò jọ ẹ lójú orúkọ bàbá ẹ ò fẹ́ gbèrò orúkọ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ga Tinubu ò kì í ṣe Tinubu òun bá Tinubu fámìlì Tinubu polongo wọn ọ ti lórúkọ ìwọ ni kó lọ gbé orúkọ bàbá ẹ ga ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ àlè ni ẹ Tinubu àwọn tó bí ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn jọ ẹ lójú they have no honour pẹ̀lú gbogbo ohun tó di àwọn ọgbọ́n olùdarí kan sọ pé àwa la bí kì í ṣe Tinubu kan sọ lórí burúkú gbogbo yín jọ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Èkó gan o àti ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ ń bẹ lórí ẹ̀yin gan lára aláìní tìjú ni oníjẹkújẹ ni olè ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ ẹ ní respect fúnra yín àwọn ọmọ darandaran àwọn ọmọ wọn kíran àwọn ọmọ alákìísà wọn wọlú wọn ń jọba lórí yín ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ lóògùn ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá àtẹ̀tìtì ní àtẹ̀dó ní níbo lágbára yín náà wá tó yẹ kẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ kí Fúlàní kó máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan fẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ni Ọlọ́run ọgbà gan ọba tó dá ayé àti ọ̀rọ̀ ló fi dá ilé ayé ó ní lẹ́kí iná wà òkùnkùn paradà ni níbo lágbára yín wá wà lẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá ogun ti wọlé tọ̀ yín tán òun nìyẹn o òun ló mú ọba Olùfọ̀n ọ̀fìfọ̀n a gbọ́ pé ẹni búburú ni o a gbọ́ pé ìkà èèyàn bíi tiyín ni o a gbọ́ pé oníjẹkújẹ bíi tiyín ni náà ní kidnapper mú ó pa lásán ọbẹ̀ yìí kí lè ṣe sí tó bá jẹ́ pé Fúlàní kan lè pa àbí sẹ́ríkì Fúlàní àti pa 50 Yorùbá ìyẹn ọmọ àlè ló pọ̀ jù nínú yín and I'm not sorry to say that I am even ashamed of it I'm ashamed of it I'm a Yoruba with idiots ragamuffins like you unscrupulous elements useless elements ó yẹ kójú tì mí pé Fúlàní wọlé tọ̀ yìí wọ́n ń jọba lórí yẹn wọ́n ló ń control nígbà tí mi wà ní kékeré a máa ń gbọ́ kàkàká dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún Gàmbàrí kárọ́jú kákú kàkàká dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún Gàmbàrí kárọ́ kí tẹ́ ti pé ẹ̀ ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ sí ẹ̀ ń kí àsìwò olórí burúkú ni gbogbo ẹ̀mí tẹ́ bá ní nǹkan kan ṣe òní tí Fúlàní ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ti wọlé tọ̀ yìí tán ẹ̀ ń fún wọn lóyè ẹ̀yin ọba mi rí yín fí o mi rí yín fí but I'm so sad and so disappointed and so disgusted with you ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ the last Ọ̀rẹ́dẹ̀yìn mo mọ̀ pé ọba Ifẹ̀ kan Ọ̀rẹ́dẹ̀yìn ló ń jẹ́ orí bàbá mi ni àwọn yẹn ní agbára nǹkan ò kí ń bá wọn lójijì Ọọ̀ni Ifẹ̀ you are supposed to be the highest king of Yoruba land but you wọlé wòde tó ń ṣe every party ọba tí ò ní reference tó ní referential respect and honour fún ẹ what kind of a king is that even if you're a gregarious kind of king ó yẹ kó máa sábà ẹni àtàwùsá àti Yorùbá kò sí nǹkan tó ní respect fún everywhere ló ń lọ everywhere lẹ ti ń jẹun etí ẹ ń wọlé ordinary person tó yẹ kẹ́rù máa bà wọ́n tó máa bá wọlé wọn ẹ̀ ń jókòó síbẹ̀ wọn entertain yín ẹ fi palace sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó ní kí wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé Tinubu ló fi yín jọba kò jẹ́ kẹ́yìn gan ní respect fúnra yín it's a damn shame that the highest office of the Yoruba kingship òun lè fi ń wọlé bí ìgbà tán lẹ́yìn jẹ́ governor of Lagos State even governor of Lagos State gan kò wọlé tó bẹ̀yẹ to the extent pé Tinubu rí yín gan orí ìjókòó ló jókòó sí tó ń kí yín pé sábà mọ̀gánà sábà kò sábà yín tó bá jẹ́ láyé àtijọ́ ni wọ́n á gbé orí Tinubu bọ́lẹ̀ ni kò sí tó lè bí bàbá ẹ̀ Tinubu ò mà ní respect fún yín mọ́. I'm sorry ẹ lọ yẹra yín wò ní ìbẹ̀rù pé lágbára kankan tó tẹ bá ní agbára Fúlàní ò ní máa pèsè fún yín tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ ní agbára ẹ fèdè ẹ pàyájọ́ ẹ pò gèdè gbogbo tẹ bá mọ̀ kẹ́ pè kẹbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pàṣẹ fáwọn Fúlàní ẹ ní kankan you are empty. Ojúgbà mi ti fún yín I'm ashamed that I'm even a Yoruba when I think of people like you because you're not standing in a position of honour, integrity and authority. Ẹ ní authority kankan. Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ tó bí mi lọ́mọ o torí mi náà ṣe 64 ni àgbàlagbà ní sà ṣùgbọ́n lọ jókòó jẹ́ wọ́n ní ibi gẹ̀rẹ̀jẹ̀ la máa ń bá gbà ẹ̀yin ò kì í ṣàgbà nìkan ọba ni yín alágbára ọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni yín ọmọ Ìbàdàn ni màmá mi agbára dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi wọ́n máa ń pè mí ní ẹ fún ṣetán mo dẹ̀ ka ìtàn fún ṣetán alágbára obìnrin ni ẹ̀yin wá jẹ́ ọba Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀ ń mesmerize káàkiri ẹ fẹ́ yàwó kìíní ìkejì kẹta ìkẹni karùn-ún ẹ̀ ń gbé àwọn ọmọ tọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín ẹ̀ ń gbé wọn sábẹ́ wọn wá ní respect fún yín orí social media ló ti ń discuss gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ láàfin yín what a shame no wonder àwọn Fúlàní ò respect yín ṣẹ́yìn rí àwọn Lamidi Sanusi Sokoto ẹ̀mí àwọn àbí Sultan of Sokoto you are even greater than Sultan of Sokoto ṣe gbọ́ yàmàyàmá tẹ̀yìn ṣe ẹgbọ́ kan ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wọ́n fìpá wọn wà dignified ǹjẹ́ yìí dignify honour position tẹ wà I am so ashamed tẹ̀lé gbogbo agbára tẹ́lẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mí control lórí àwọn ìyàwó yìí ẹ̀yin náà wá ń ṣe party ẹ̀ ń ṣe kinní yẹlẹyẹlẹ ẹ̀fà àárọ̀ yín dá alẹ́ yín kò mà dàbí pé máa sùn yẹlẹyẹlẹ mà ní ọjọ́ alẹ́ yín màmá rí ẹ màmá kú tán history ò mà ní rántí yín sí dáadáa ní ìfẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ nìyẹn sọ fún ọmọlúwàbí tó bá dénú àgbègbè bàbá Aláàfin àgbàlagbà ní ibi gẹ̀rẹ̀gẹ̀ la máa ń gbá àgbà ẹnu àgbàdẹ lóbi ń gbó sí ẹ̀yin ò láṣẹ lẹ́nu tẹ́lẹ̀ pa káwọn Fúlàní máa fi gbọ́ ti yín abẹ́yìn náà lè kúkú 80 àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá débẹ̀ yẹn ọ̀dọ́ mo gbọ́ pé àwọn baba ńlá baba yín àwọn náà lọ́kà wá 1914 amalgamation wọn lè wà àwọn baba ńlá baba yín wà náà wọn tó sáyẹ̀nsì so omi ń pè like father like son nìyẹn ẹ wá fẹ́ tà wá wò kí n ṣe ẹgbẹ́ máa tà ọ́ bẹ́tẹ̀ ká gbogbo èyí mi yìí yóò ní bá yín lọ ìran Haúsá ìran Fúlàní kò lè jọba lé mi lórí because I know who they are wọ́n ń ṣe ará Nàìjíríà wọ́n wá láti Mali wọ́n wá láti Senegal wọn ò sa Haúsá fún fúnjẹ ló ń sọ Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ wọn máa ti fi wọ́n jọba nílùú Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ ti ta gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá fáwọn Fúlàní wọ́n lówó máa tán èèyàn ló máa kú ẹ máa ná owó ìtàn tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ ná tán kò lè fùnà fún yín àtàwọn ọmọ yín nítorí pé àwọn ọmọ yín jẹ gọ́vnà wọ́n wà ní sínẹ́ẹ̀tì wọ́n wà ní house of representatives ẹ fẹ́ dúró kẹsùn tọ́ dòdò mélòó lẹ fẹ́ jẹ tẹ́yìn lè sòdodo tẹ bá sọ ẹ kú tẹ ẹ sọ ẹ túkú ẹ kúkú sọ tí kúkú ọmọdé kó dé ẹ wá kúkú yẹn ikú yìí lẹ máa kú ikú ẹ̀yẹ gbogbo ayé a máa mọ̀ ní wọ́n máa ṣèdárò yìí ṣùgbọ́n ní ìtẹ́ ń bá lọ yìí o èmi ò rò páyé kankan máa ṣèdárò yìí o kò sẹ́ni tó máa ṣèdárò yìí pẹ̀lú nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí ìmí máa kú nu yín tẹpẹtẹpẹ ní a máa fi sìn yín lọ sọ́run bàbá lónìí ilé ló lọ kó lọ jóná wọ́n ṣe máa sọ ni ẹ má jẹ́ kí ti yín rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọba yòókù náà Aláàfin kékeré ní Aláàfin ẹ̀yin yòókù nǹkan ṣẹ́yìn náà tó ti jẹ́ dodo ẹ̀ lè sòdodo mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbèsè ilé ayé àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe máa rí títí dé ìmọ̀ kẹwàá tó bá da fún yín láàárọ̀ alẹ́ yín máa wọ̀wọ́ ni ẹ máa ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn alálẹ̀ máa bínú sí yín Odùduwà gan máa bínú sí yín àwọn tó nílẹ̀ máa bínú sí yín àwọn ọmọ ogun wọn á bínú sí yín tó bá jẹ́ pé tí ìmàlẹ́ lẹ̀ ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ìjọba ìmàlẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n màlẹ́ ni yín Mohammed yín gan máa fi dàgbẹ́ oyin sọ̀rùn ni tó bá jẹ́ pé Jésù ni idà David lọ́rùn máa fi gé gbogbo yín sí wẹ́wẹ́ àwọn ọmọ yín ò ní rí bá ti ṣe wọ́n lè rí bá ti ṣe ń sìn tẹrù pé ayé wọn ti da àtúbọ̀tún wọn ò ní da ẹ lọ kọ́lẹ̀ kò ní da fún wọn kò ní yẹ wọn táláàárọ̀ bá sọ pé kó tutù gbé mu fún wọn alálẹ̀ máa gbóná mọ́ wọn ni omi ara wọn máa bá wọn jà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara wọn kó máa bá wọn jà nítorí pé kí ni ẹ fẹ́ gbé àwa Yorùbá àwọn ọmọ kò lè èèyàn ẹ kà wá fún àlẹ́ Yorùbá tá lẹ́jẹ̀ lọ́rùn alẹ́jẹ̀ ní ọrùn ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lè sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ oyin ẹjọ́ Ọlọ́run sí ẹ̀ mọ bí Ọlọ́run ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa tó ẹ fẹ́ ṣe wá jákàjàgà rádaràda bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe wá ìlọ́po ẹ̀mẹ́wàá lọ́lọ́run máa ṣe àwọn ìmọ̀dúnrún yìí kò ní tutù gbé yín fún yín mu kò ní sàn yín dalẹ́ alẹ́ yín ó máa wọ̀wọ́ ju òwúrọ̀ lọ ẹ máa wà kíkà kẹ́yìn aṣọ ni ẹ máa jẹ gúngún kẹ́yìn ẹran ni alálẹ̀ ò ní síre fún yín aláàárọ̀ ò ní jẹ́ kó dà fún yín àtòrun àtọ̀sán àtòrun àtòṣùpá àti ìràwọ̀ wọ́n máa jà yín ni there will be the destruction that flies at night Olúwa á dẹ̀ rán àwọn áńgẹ́lì jagunjagun kan jẹ́ kí ọ̀nà yín kó máa yọ̀ yín ni ní agbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù torí ọmọ kiriyó ni mo ti di kiriyó ìmàle làwọn òbí mi ṣùgbọ́n mo gbàdájú pé àti ìmàle ni yín ni o àti ìgbàgbọ́ ni o àti ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ ìbílẹ̀ lẹ́ ń ṣe ni o ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ ìbílẹ̀ lẹ́ ń ṣe àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó sunwọ̀n fún yín torí ẹ ti gbàbọ̀dì fún ní bàbá ńlá yín. Ẹ̀yin pásítọ̀ bàbá Adébóyè bàbá Oyèdépò Kúmúyì àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ lágbára lóríṣiríṣi jẹ́ pé ayé ní pásítọ̀ kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe ṣé bọ́lọ́run ẹlẹ́lọ́run wà nínú yín ṣùgbọ́n kà nínú Bíbélì Olúwa kó sínú Elijah bókun ó gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ iná dá lóhùn bàbá kó sínú náà Mósè ó kó sínú Mósè bókun sọ̀rọ̀ òkun dáhùn Elisha ó sọ̀rọ̀ sí river Jordan pín sí orí lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá Adébóyè bàbá Kúmúyì Oyèdépò Olúkọ̀yà ṣáàdúrà ti tán lẹ́nu yín ni àbí ọlọ́wọ́ gbàdúrà yín mọ́ ni wọ́n ti pa RCCG wọ́n ti pa mẹ́mbà yín ní Àbújá tó ń ké sí wẹ́wẹ́ evangelist kí lẹ ṣe ti torí ẹ̀ kẹ lọ bá Buhari kẹ lọ kọ̀mpléènì kẹ bá kọ̀mpléènì ẹ tún fa ọ́ pa lórí ni àwọn Isaiah sọ̀rọ̀ à ń gbọ́n tó sọ o Jeremiah sọ̀rọ̀ o wọn ò bẹ̀rù ọba kankan o ọba Fúlàní lẹ wá ń bẹ̀rù ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní pásọ̀ níyí ẹni 100,000 ẹ lè mobilize àwọn 100,000 yẹn kán gbé placard kẹ́yìn kó bọ́ síwájú nítorí owó tẹ fẹ́ ní nítorí plane tẹ fẹ́ gùn ẹ̀dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó perish àwọn ọmọ Ọlọ́run kó máa pa àwọn ọmọ Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń pẹran Baba Adébóyè I'm a Christian like you sir but thank God you are not Jesus Christ ẹ̀yin kọ́kọ́ lẹ̀ fún mi salvation tí ẹ bá dìde kẹ wọlé tọ̀ Ọlọ́run gidi lọ kì í ṣe ìtẹ́ ń ṣe níta fún gbogbo ayé kì í ṣe show kí ẹ wọlé tí Ọlọ́run lọ kẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sunkún sí Ọlọ́run kẹ lọ jẹ́wọ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ because ẹ̀yin kan wà náà tó ń dà lóru ẹ lè má pààyàn ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ń preach ó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tọ́lọ́run rán yín o I am a Christian mo dẹ̀ lọ sí Bible school mo dẹ̀ mọ tí Bíbélì sọ àwọn ọmọ tí ò lówó jẹun nínú ìjọ yín wà o mélòó nínú wọn lẹ fún lówó oúnjẹ o mélòó nínú wọn lẹ fọwọ́ pọ̀pọ̀ létí bọ̀tẹ́ ní pléènì Jesus Christ ògùn bicycle lẹ́sẹ̀ ló fi ń lọ káàkiri kẹ́tẹ̀ wá ní ìlú ọ̀làjú kọ́ la wà ń gbà yẹn how many cars lẹ fẹ́ ní pléènì tẹ wá gbé yẹn ẹ ṣe lọ sí Afghanistan kẹ lọ fi convert wọn ẹ ṣe lọ sí Saudi Arabia kẹ lọ ṣe evangelism ẹni for luxury pléènì lè jábọ́ o àtẹni tó wà nínú ẹ o Baba Adébóyè ẹ lọ wọlé tí Ọlọ́run lọ kẹ lọ ṣe àtúnṣe the same thing pẹ̀lú ẹ̀yin bàbá Kúmúyì a gbọ́ pé nígbà kan ẹ sọ pé ká lọ fọ́ tẹlifíṣàn wa ẹ̀yin kan ti ní tẹlifíṣàn sí yìí o gbogbo àwọn oríṣiríṣi ordinances and principles tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ ní bíbélì gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́fà jáde interpretation jákujàku tẹ́ ń preach. Ẹ lọ wọlé Ọlọ́run lọ kẹ́ lọ tọrọ ìdáríjì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin gan lọ́wọ́ sí ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ lè ti jẹ́ dòdò. Ẹ ti parapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ìkúpanikú. Ẹ̀yin gan apààyàn níyín. Torí pé kí ni àwọn ọmọ tó wà lábẹ́ yín oríṣiríṣi ète òun lè fi mú wọn. Ẹ gba first fruit, second fruit, grand this, grand that. Kí lè fi ṣe? Ṣe bá àwọn opó ọmọ aláìní lọ́ní kí n máa fowó rántí àwọn ọmọ yín lè kó síbẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ yín tó ń tiẹ̀ deserve ẹ̀. Àwọn lè fi ṣe ẹ sọ lé Ọlọ́run di franchise. Gbogbo yín fẹ́ wà all over the world. Is that what God told you to do? Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run o. Because ibi méjì tẹ́ bá kúrò láyé ibi méjì ló wà o. Ọ̀run rere pẹ̀lú Jésù. Àbí inú iná pẹ̀lú èṣù. Tẹ́ bá miss heaven ẹ̀ ní miss hell. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin dájú mighty G.O. ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Kò lè sí nǹkan kan tẹ́lẹ̀ bòdì kankan lè ṣe. Torí pé nǹkan ni Jésù. Ẹ̀yin kò lè fún mi ní salvation. Ẹ lè ṣe kankan. Òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ní ká má sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ lọ wọlé tí Ọlọ́run kẹ́ lọ sunkún. Kẹ́ lọ bí Ọlọ́run pé kí ni àtúnṣe tẹ́ máa ṣe. Because tẹ́ ò bá sọ fún yín ẹ ti ń ṣìṣe o. Ẹ ti ń ṣìṣe. Tó máa ń gbé àwọn ọmọ chọ́ọ̀chì yín tó ń pa wọ́n dànù. Kí ló fún yín ní guarantee pé wọ́n ò ní gbọ́mọ ti yín? Torí tó máa gbọ́mọ lọ́mọ ẹ̀ ní sàn kankan. Kí ló fún yín ní guarantee? Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ pa ọba olùfọ̀ ní. Agbára mélòó lẹ ní? Àwọn gúúsù tó ń tẹ̀lé yín. Agbára mélòó lọ ní? Thank God you are Christians. Ẹ lọ sí Joshua 10, chapter 10, verse 10 to 11. Ọlọ́run fún ara ẹ̀. Ó sọ òkò pa àwọn ọ̀tá. Ó sọ òkò pa àwọn ọ̀tá Ísírẹ́lì. Tó fi pa wọ́n. Ó ti rán áńgẹ́lì kó lọ pa 185,000. So how many people ló wá ń support yín? Tẹ́ bá pé 1 million. Kò pa Ọlọ́run ní wákàtí kan láti yin yín. Ẹ fẹ́ run àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pẹ̀lú àwọn ìwà tẹ́ ń wù. Ọlọ́run á dá fún yín o. Ìdájọ́ ń bẹ lọ́run o. Ṣùgbọ́n kẹ́ tó dé ọ̀run yẹn. Ẹ gba answer. Ẹ gba answer sí question. Tẹ́ ń bí Ọlọ́run. Mo tuntun sọ o. Papa Adébóyè ẹ tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Èmi náà ti 64. Ẹ̀yin náà ti 77 àbí 78. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gba ọdún mẹ́rìnlá lọ́wọ́ mi. Ẹ tó bí mi lọ́mọ bùtù bàbá ni yín. Pastor Olúkọ̀yà, the same thing o. Oríṣiríṣi tí mo ti ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ with the kind of respect tí mo ní fún ẹ. Èmi pẹ̀lú yín lẹ́gbẹ́. You are just gonna be 64 to I'm 64. But with the kind of respect tí mo ní fún ẹ. Àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yóò bà mí níjọ́ ń kọ́ mí lóminú. Tó ń gbẹ̀yìn odidi pásítọ̀ G.O. lọ sí kóòtù táwọn èèyàn ń kú. Èèyàn mẹ́rin ti kú papọ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ insinuate pé oríṣiríṣi lẹ̀ ń ṣe both in London and in Nigeria. Ẹ lọ tó wà ayé ṣe. Tẹ́ bá bọ́ àwọn èèyàn lójú ẹ̀ lè bọ́ Ọlọ́run lójú because òun ló dá ojú. Omnipotent la pé òun ló lágbára jùlọ. Omniscience òun ló mọ gbogbo nǹkan jùlọ. Omnipresent everywhere ló wà. Ó wà nínú ọkàn yín. Àfi tẹ́ bá ti sáyà ọkàn yín. Tẹ́ ti lé Holy Spirit jáde. Bàbá Kúmúyì, bàbá Oyèdèpò. Ìkan náà àwọn mẹ́mbà ti ní bàbá Oyèdèpò pẹ̀lú gbogbo four president nínú mọ́tò ló ń sùn sí. Kò sí kankan náà àwọn pastors yín. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ nílò ni màá sọ orúkọ ẹ̀ fún yín. Ó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà nígbà yìí. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Ọmọ Igbo ló fún níṣẹ́. Ó dẹ̀ ní degree lọ́wọ́. Kò sí kankan ní ìtẹ̀lé ràn lọ́wọ́. Ẹ dẹ̀ ń fly 4 planes ẹ̀ ń pè sí hangar káàkiri. Plane yìí ò ní bá yín lọ sí anywhere. Agbádá yín gan ò ní bá yín lọ. Bèlè nǹkan ṣe spectacle tẹ́ gbé sójú. Kò sí nǹkan kan tẹ́ máa mú dání lọ. Nítorí empty lẹ́wà. Nakedness lẹ́wà. Bọ̀kan lè fi iyì bò yín jọ́ tẹ́ bá kú wọn wọ àwọ̀ṣọ fún yín. Ẹ mú nǹkan kan dání. Ṣé wá rí gbogbo ohun tẹ́ kó sílẹ̀? Tẹ́lẹ̀ kó lẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ yín. Bíbélì gan sọ wípé aṣièrè mo máa láìkọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ nínú Bíbélì o. Ó ní aṣièrè filé ayé kọ̀rọ̀ jọ kò mọ ẹni tó máa jẹ́ ẹ̀ ń kó gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ what gives you the impression pé àwọn ọmọ yín lè máa fi lẹ̀ tèmi táwọn ọmọ náà bá yé mi tán bá kún kọ́ kí lè fẹ́ ṣe kí lè fẹ́ bá Ọlọ́run ṣe ọmọ ilá yìí kù gbọ́ pé ilá yìí ṣe Ọlọ́run Eli the priest of Israel ìjọ kan náà lọ́lọ́run pa ọmọ méjèèjì Ophni and Phineas Ọlọ́run kúkú ṣe pásítọ̀ nínú ẹ̀mọ́ bíbélì gbọ́dọ̀ jù wá lọ ìjọ tí àwọn ọmọ yẹn kú òun náà ní Eli kú ìjọ yìí náà bí kábọ̀dù ìyàwó kú o nítorí náà tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mọ history tẹ̀lé ẹ̀ka bíbélì apply nǹkan tẹ́ ń kà o tẹ́ bá nítorí pé ẹ fẹ́ kó gbogbo ilé ayé ọ̀rọ̀ jọ fáwọn ọmọ yín màmá bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọdé yìí mà ló máa jẹ́ tí ẹ bá fi gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ní kẹfí sí àwọn aláìní àwọn ọmọ òrukàn tẹ́ fẹ́ máa wọ́kú wálé ayé má yà tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ra yín ní pásítọ̀ káàdẹ̀ gbọ́ pé Jésù kọ́ máńṣọ̀nù sí Saudi Arabia ó kọ́ sí UAE ó kọ́ sí Amẹ́ríkà ó kọ́ sí Potomac ẹ fi gbogbo ilé ayé ṣe ìkọlù ẹ fi ń kọ́lé káàkiri àwọn ọmọ ọbẹ̀ yín lè ń jìyà ẹ kọ́lé ìwé àwọn ọmọ òrukàn ò lè lọ àwọn ọmọ aláìní ò lè lọ àwọn ọmọ mílíọ̀nìyà tẹ́wálé àwọn ọmọ mílíọ̀nìyà náà tó ń wá sí skul yìí àwọn ọmọ kidnappers àwọn the looters of the Nigerian treasury àwọn apààyàn àwọn olè àwọn kọ́ńtìsì àwọn lè ń kọ́lé ìwé fún àwọn ọmọ òrukàn àwọn ọmọ aláìní tó máa ṣe oríire tó máa tún ìlú ṣe wọn lè wá sílé ìwé yìí and you call yourself pastors ẹ má jẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé ọdúnjọ́ yẹn lọ́hùn lẹ́jẹ̀jẹ̀ máa rí ẹ̀kẹ́ yín lára ìgbégídí tí Ọlọ́run máa sọ fún yín pé get out of my way leave my presence I know you not mi ò mọ̀ yín ẹni èèyàn búburú you workers of iniquity Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ pé níjọ́ yẹn máa tó mọ̀ ẹ wọlé ti Jésù lọ kí ẹ lọ ṣe àtúnṣe go back to God you have all sinned like myself and you have come short of the glory of God there is not even any glory anymore gbogbo ẹni tó fi ń kùn ẹnu bàjẹ́ ní ẹnu bàjẹ́ ẹnu ẹ̀tẹ́ àti jí Olúkọ̀yà ní àti bàbá Adébáyọ̀ ní àti bàbá Oyèdépò ní àwọn èèyàn ń gbé yín ṣépè tí ẹ bá mọ̀ òun ni mo ń sọ yẹn ọmọ Ọlọ́run ni mí I'm not happy about it I'm even sad because mo mọ nǹkan tí mo ṣe fi ilé mùsùlùmí sílẹ̀ my parents are Muslims mo mọ nǹkan tó dé tí mo wá gba Jésù ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí mo tún débẹ̀ tán omi kan mi nínú nígbà tí mo rí nǹkan tí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pera yín ní jíò tẹ́wọ́ gbogbo ilé ayé máyà tó lè yẹ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ nímú nǹkan kan jáde bí àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ sọ fún yín ni o ni mo tún sọ fún yín yẹn you are taking nothing absolutely nothing ẹ yá gbàdúrà that God will breathe on you so that all the things that are dead in your lives ẹ rò pé ẹ wà alive ni o you are dead o a lot of you are already dead and you are a living dead ẹ yà wọ lẹ́tọ̀ Jésù o nínú closet yín kẹ́tì ilẹ̀kùn mórí because èyí tẹ̀yìn kó bàjẹ́ ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà òun ló ń jò bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn senators ẹ̀yin senators ẹ̀yin House of Representatives ẹ̀yin náà tún wọ ọbẹ̀ ẹlẹ́fẹ́ ṣèjọba ẹ̀ ń bàjọba jẹ́ ní orí lọ́ọ̀ kọ́kọ́ tẹ́ ṣe ṣe lọ́ọ̀ pé gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà kan ní free primary education free secondary education ṣe yẹn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ máa ṣe owó Nàìjíríà ò mà tó yẹ àmà tí ní ọ́ìlì tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ máa ṣe free education mà ní mo lọ secondary school owó pẹ́ túmọ̀ ní mo sàn kó tó di pé mo wá sí ìlú òyìnbó wá ṣe yunifásitì mo wá ti wà ní Amẹ́ríkà ń sìn yìí mo ń gba treatment lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ láti 20 ọdún tí mi ò san kọ́bọ̀ tẹ bá mọ àwọn tó mọ̀ mí mo ti sọ orúkọ mi fún yín o Ọmọ́wùmí Jésù lórúkọ mi ọmọ Èkó ni mí ẹ̀mẹ́ta ni mo ní cancer gbogbo surgery tí mo ṣe mi ò san kọ́bọ̀ ó pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mi ò fi lè wálé láti bí 20 ọdún torí mo mọ̀ pé tí n bá wálé láàrin oṣù méjì máa kú ni lóògùn kò sábẹ́rẹ́ ìgbà yẹn lè máa fún mi ní ṣọ́ọ̀kì lè máa lẹ́yìn fún mi ní tablet ní ìdẹ̀ ní 1 million 2 million tí máa fi tọ́jú ara mi ọ̀fẹ́ lamẹ́ríkà ń tọ́jú mi torí náà wọ́n tẹ̀lé amẹ́ríkà ó dá fẹ́ mi o torí pé wọ́n ń tọ́jú mi kí lẹ ṣe àfi lọ́ọ̀ lórí burúkú kẹ máa ṣe lọ́ọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa pàṣẹ owó kẹ máa fi ra tébùlù ṣíà ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ ṣé n tẹ bá lọ sí senate nìyẹn you are supposed to be the legislative àbí legislative kan ní yọ́n ní ká máa make rules laws ní rules tó ń protect obìnrin tó ń protect abuse tó ń protect rape àwọn rules orí burúkú rules tó máa sínkì gbogbo ìlú nàìjíríà tí ò ní jẹ́ ká ní progress òun lè ń ṣe ìmí inú yín ò lè ìmí inú yín apààyàn ìmí inú yín wọ́n ń wá yín náà blọọdù wọ́n ní trafficking killing oríṣiríṣi tí gbogbo yín ti ṣe ẹ wá lọ forí pamọ́ sínú senate sínú house of representatives gbogbo bẹ ṣe ń ṣe nàìjíríà tó fi ń dàrú ọlọ́run máa dá ìbànújẹ́ padà sínú gbogbo ilé yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ lọ́wọ́ sínú òfin jàtijàti rédèrèdè yàmàyàmà bí ògo ṣe ń jẹ́ ti ọlọ́run ìrandíran yín wọn ò ní ṣoríire wọn ò ní lálàáfíà káwọn ọmọ yín gan gbogbo owó tẹ̀ ń jí tẹ̀ ń fúnra yín ẹ̀yin ń gba bí 11-12 million a month ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀lẹ̀ fún ọmọ nàìjíríà with a BSc ní 50,000 100,000 àfi àwọn tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ ní company kò ní tutù gbẹmí fún yín o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní senate àti house of representatives tẹ́ ń kọ́wọ́ òlu tẹ́ ń kó mi tẹ́ ń jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ tó graduate má níṣẹ́ dáṣẹ́lẹ̀ ní títì tó dáa níná lómi ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin lè ra táǹkà ẹ lè ṣe bọ́ọ̀lù sóhun létí yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mú cancer ló máa pa gbogbo yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mú kidney problem lẹ́ máa ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mú omi yẹn liver disease lẹ́ máa ní tí ẹ bá ti tún ìlú ṣe tẹ́ ẹ pàṣẹ lọ́ọ̀ tó dáa tẹ́ ẹ tún títì ṣe títí tí wọ́n ń pààyàn tí ò sí iná tí ò sí good hospitals ilé ìwòsàn tó dáa fún àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù kò ní tutù gbému fún yín o gbogbo owó wa tẹ́ wá ń jí ní nàìjíríà tẹ́ wá ń kópa ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ kó pọ̀ ní ẹ̀ ń jí owó ní nàìjíríà tẹ́tí ẹ̀ jí ká máa fi tún kan ṣe ká lè máa rántí yín ó ń jalè nínú òyìnbó náà wọ́tàrí ń tọ́ fi ń ṣe a gbọ́ nígbà àwọn Kennedy a gbọ́ nígbà Carnegie a gbọ́ nípa Rockefeller kì í ṣe pé àwọn náà ò ṣe nǹkan ọ̀bàjẹ́ but wọ́n tún lu wọn ṣe senator Sàràkí kí ló ń ṣe àfikún máa lùtù báǹkì Àjùmọ̀bí kò tiẹ̀ ń gbólókó lọ òtúbàǹtẹ́ náà ni bí ti yín náà ṣe máa rí nìyẹn ní rí nǹkan kan tẹ́ máa fi owó yẹn ṣe tẹ́ bá fi tọ́ ọmọ wọn ní ilé ká fi tọ́ ọmọ èrè ló máa wó gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ bá fi tọ́ wọn ní níláárí tó bá níláárí wọn ní láàsì tó bá láàsì kò ní sídùn níbẹ̀ títí dé ìran kẹwàá wọn ìran kẹwàá yóò ní ṣoríire alálẹ̀ ò ní túnde fún yín àwọn ọmọ ogun ọ̀run máa bá yín jà ní èpè kò ní tọ́nu lé yín rádaràda rédèrèdè játijàti làwọn ọmọ yín àti ìrandíran yín máa ṣe tí ẹ bá tún nàìjíríà ṣe kò ní sí election o tẹ bá ṣe sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ lọ ṣe election yẹn ní 2023 pẹ̀lú ògo ọlọ́run mass burial lọ́lọ́run máa ṣe fún yín ìyá kọ́kọ́ tí ò ní pa yín ẹ má fún èmi jí ni pẹ̀lú àṣẹ ọlọ́run kì í ṣe èmi ni mo ṣe pè yẹn fún yín ọlọ́run fún ara ẹ̀ nínú agbára ẹ̀ nínú ìbínú ẹ̀ tó máa bí sí yín ẹ sún èmi jí ibi tí ìgbà ọmọ yín kọ́ bá wà òkùnkùn ló máa ṣe. ẹ̀yin ọmọ nàìjíríà rere ẹ̀yin ọmọ nàìjíríà bíi tèmi etí yín mélòó ogun ti wọlé tọ̀ yín wá o má jẹ́ káwọn olórí bíi gómìnà House of Rep and Senators ti máa parọ́ fún mi o. Fúlàní ti rẹ́dì ní wọ́n lè ti check the ground. Tó bá máa ṣe real open fire. Tí ẹ̀ bá gbé láti gbogbo nǹkan bá ní ìwọ tó bá jẹ́ Christian ìgbìmọ̀ tí wọ́n máa ka Psalm 109 yẹn Psalm 108 Psalm 35 yẹn. Kò fún Ọlọ́run ẹ̀ dáadáa. Ìwọ tó ló jẹ́ màlẹ́. Ó jẹ́ máa ka tòrì sí ìlú kó máa ka tàbátì àjà kó máa ka yín láti tìlé sí ẹ. Ìwọ tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ onídìílé yẹn láìpẹ́ nǹkan bìbìbù yẹn. Wàá kó bàbá láyé o, wàá kà yájọ́ ẹ o. Nítorí àwọn Fúlàní náà ní agbára tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ dé. Wọ́n ti pa ọmọ olùkọ́ ń sì ní o. Ọba Adéwùsì, olùbọ̀ bíbọ̀. Nobody knows who they want to target. And a lot of you, ẹ̀kọ́ ń rìn ní ìbúra, ẹ̀ ń rìn ní ìríran, oríṣi bá rí nǹkan tó ń lọ ní, the Fulani are not so. They are bitter, they are bitter. Wọ́n tẹ̀sẹ̀ dominate, wọ́n fẹ́ control, wọ́n fẹ́ rule ni, and they want to do it. Whatever it takes. Ẹ bá wá ní irọ́ ló ń pa, ọ̀hún lè máa ti mọ̀ tán, tí wọ́n pa nígbà yẹn ní kíńtà. Èyí tó yìí, wọ́n pa àwọn àmì wọn jẹ. Bọ̀bọ̀ bìnrin sábà ń sọ èdè tí lè tra. All the fight ọ̀kadìná òun lọ gbọ́dọ̀ lórí Boko Haram nínú pé ẹ̀ ní àdúrà ẹ̀rọ ni fake news ní ẹ̀ ẹ máa tẹ̀lé fake news ẹ máa jẹ́ tilẹ̀ jù. Amẹ́ríkà ni mo wà ní ìjẹ̀lẹ̀ bí wọ́n ti ẹ̀kọ́ wálé orí pé kí ni àwọn ní ìdílé orí sílẹ̀ ti dé sí ojú kíkọ́ ọ̀gá Amẹ́ríkà ní tó ń tó ìdílé láti 20 years ní ojú kíkọ́. Ìbéèrè ìjọba sọ̀rọ̀ orí ìlú mi kiri mo lẹ́bí ń bẹ̀ mo lẹ́gbọ̀n ń bẹ̀ mo lábúrò ń bẹ̀ mo lọ́nkú ń bẹ̀ mo ní àyè ń bẹ̀ kí ìdòkó tó títí tó títí pàǹtí gbogbo èmi rẹ̀ ní kí ṣé ń gbàgbọ́dọ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo èyí tó gbàgbọ́dọ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ilẹ̀ máa lanu dé nínú yìí gbogbo èyí tó fẹ́ kí Fúlàní kọ́ máa ṣayé owó abáṣubàṣu rẹ́dàràdà rẹ́dàràdà gbogbo èyí Yorùbá. Ọba ni o, sínétọ̀ ni o, gọ́vnà ni o, tẹ́ ń gbàgbọ́dọ̀ fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá fún ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Aláàárọ̀ bá ní kó jà fún yẹn lálẹ́ òbí jẹ́ kó yẹ yín. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ogun ọ̀run ló máa tẹ̀lé fún yín. Ẹ̀yin gan ilé yín ọ̀nà yín kò ní dúró. Ọlọ́run ní mo dúró. Gbogbo ègún mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá tí Ọlọ́run pé lẹ́yìn títì lórí níjọ́ kìíní gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa jà nínú ilé yín. Àyàfi ẹ bá ṣe òdodo pẹ̀lú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwọn alálẹ̀ òní jẹ́ kó yẹ yín o. Ilẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lanu wọn máa gbé yín nì ọwọ́ mi ti ní orí ìkọ̀tẹ́ ìṣe. Bàbá mi Koiki, mo fẹ́ kó bá mi pé ètò yìí. Gbogbo èyí jẹ́ bá fọwọ́ sí Yorùbá lọ. Ẹ máa kú sílẹ̀ ẹ máa kú sí ilẹ̀ yẹn ayọ̀ lọ. Ìtàkùn tó ní kẹ́ni máa wò dé. Èyí máa lọ o. Àjàkẹ́ bá wa lọ. Amadede àwọn ọmọ Israẹli dé Canaan land o wọ́n lè lo 40 years lágbèjì o Kadesh Barnea kò ní wọn mú sílẹ̀ o Egypt kò ní wọn mọ́lẹ̀ o after 430 years a máa lọ gbogbo èyí tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ ń tà wá fún Fúlàní ìwọ̀n yóò ní bá wa délé yìí. Tinubu Sàràkí Sanwó-Olú àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin gómìnà tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tẹ́ ń tà wá tẹ́ gba bọ̀dì fún wa àtẹ̀yìn ó bá tẹ́ gba bọ̀dì ẹ̀ ní bá wa débẹ̀ tó bá kú ìjọ kan tó máa lọ ẹ̀ sùn ẹ̀ méjì ní agbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ní agbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìwé àgùntàn ní agbára tó di ilé ayé mú tó sọ ilé ayé mú láláì fi tìbọn ṣe èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn ní bá wa lọ gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni nínú ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá ń gba àbọ̀dì fún Yorùbá tó ń ṣe kẹta wa fún Fúlàní tó ń sẹ́ni wa fún Fúlàní gbogbo wọn tí wọ́n yóò rí lọ yìí tó bá bá wa lọ kò ní pẹ́ńbẹ̀ yìí tó bá pẹ́ńbẹ̀ kò ní ṣe oríire yìí tó bá ṣe oríire kò ní pẹ́ alálẹ̀ ò ní súre fún yín Odùwà máa bínú sí yín máa tẹ̀lé sí yín ni gbogbo ègún tí Ọlọ́run fi ja Egypt gbogbo Ọlọ́run máa fi jẹ fámìlì yín gbogbo ẹ̀ tó bá ta Yorùbá fún àwọn Fúlàní pé kó máa pa wá kó máa ṣe wá rí ní máa fojú ọlá wa jọlẹ̀ ẹ ṣe títí ẹ̀yin ọba tó ń tún Fúlàní jọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí yín máa ń bíire láti lọ sí Kánò kẹ́lẹ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ jẹ́ níà ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan wọn wá sókè ẹ̀ ń sọ wọ́n di gómìnà ẹ̀ ń sọ wọ́n di kọmíṣánná àtúbọ̀tún ní òní ìgbà tó bá da fún yín láàárọ̀ alẹ́ yín máa fòrá ní ẹ máa fòrá ní ẹ̀yìn ní agbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù èmi ni mo sọ ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún sọ bí tí mo ti wá èmi náà ń pè ní ọmọ òní àmọ̀fẹ́ ẹ kú ṣe fún aníwúrà ọmọ bíbí inú Dárìn àti Ibrahim Dísù ọmọ ọ̀sàlẹ̀ tó ní bàbá mi ilé elétò òtùjù ni mo ti wá màmá mi wá láti ilé elétò ìwàṣẹ Tinubu tó bá láwọn góòlù àráǹdì olùwọ́n wá kò ṣe nǹkan kan wọ́n ní ti bá kú ètò mi nìkan ni máa bí ó wà nípa ní kò tún jí mi ò lè jí mi ó lè jẹ mí tó ò lè jí ẹ Ọlọ́run wọn sọ pé ẹ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó lè fa ara ṣùgbọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó lè fa ara tó wọn tó pa èyí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ you can only kill you cannot rape you cannot resuscitate you cannot even resurrect anybody ìwọ fún ara ẹjọ́ tó lọ́ máa dé sí ikú ẹ̀sìn ló máa fún ikú rádaràda lójoojúmọ́ ló máa fún Tinubu gbogbo nǹkan ṣe sílẹ̀ èkó tó lè tó máa mú jẹ kò sí àṣegbé àṣepamọ́ ló wà ọmọ àlè ní ẹ́ ọmọ àlè tí orúkọ bàbá ẹ̀ ò jọ ẹ́ lójú tó lè gbé ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ síta kárí kò dá wọn lọ́lá ká mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ wọn àdọ́tí ẹni bọ̀ sí àwọn òbí ẹ̀ rè ọmọ àlè ní ẹ́ ọmọ àlè ní ẹ́ tí mo ní oògùn ní ọ̀nà gbogbo Amẹ́ríkà wọn sì ẹ̀ wọ́n máa gbé ẹni gómìnà wọn and drugs tó bá dé gbogbo ìṣòro ìfowópamọ́ olóògùn orí ọmọ ìfowópamọ́ ìṣòro ìfowópamọ́ olùṣẹlẹ̀ tó wọ́n rí torí náà ó yá sí agbára tó fẹ́ sà nítorí àsìkò ń bọ̀ tí ọ̀pá Ọlọ́run a lè wí lè ṣe a lè ṣe lè wí ẹ̀rù jẹ̀jẹ̀ létí òkun pa tó máa mú ẹ tí máa bá láyé nìbọdù dẹ̀dùgbà ẹ torí náà kó gbáradì torí ìdájọ́ ti ń bọ̀ ó ń bọ̀ kétékété ó ń bọ̀ lórí ẹ àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ àtàwọn ọ̀ràn ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló lè ṣe máa rí kò tún yí padà àṣẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ti gùn. Àbúrò mi Kóìkì, this is your sister Ọmọ́wùnmí Dísù Lawal. I'm a Dísù, that's my maiden name, Lawal and Mrs. Lawal. So bá mi play kìíní yìí fún un àtọ́ba ní o àti ìjòyè ní o àti gọ́vnà ní o àti gbogbo àwọn tó bá lọ́wọ́ sínú pé kí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ká máa ráre ká máa jìyà ká máa ṣiṣẹ́ ká máa kàwé ká máa ríṣẹ́ ká wà ní òyìnbó fún ọgbọ̀n ọdún ká má lè wá sí ìlú wa bá mi sọ fún wọn pé alálẹ̀ máa bínú sí gbogbo wọn tó bá da fún wọn láàárọ̀ kò ní da fún wọn lálẹ́ pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run ó dàárọ̀ ó ṣe bá mi play ẹ̀ fún wọn o bá mi play ẹ̀ mo wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ṣùgbọ́n bí ṣe wà l'Amẹ́ríkà tó inú ń kán mí fún gbogbo ohun tó ń ṣe nílẹ̀ èdè Yorùbá wọ́n fẹ́ sọ wá ẹdun arinlẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ gba iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ wa wọ́n fẹ́ gborúkọ bàbá wa lọ́wọ́ wa wọ́n fẹ́ gbèdé wa lọ́wọ́ wa àtàwọn àti Fúlàní wọ́n máa wọ odò ni ní agbára Jésù Kristi àṣẹ.
And on that note, I will be winding down from here. I'd like to thank everybody. That took a bit of time, but the voice note now will now go into circulation. Sorry if you've been trying to get through. I had to put the phone off so that we can be able to hear that voice note without no interference. My name is Olayomi Koiki. I'll be back again in about an hour's time on Niger Voices on Star Radio UK. The topic I'll be treating this evening on Star Radio UK is it time now as Nigerians to get yourself harmed since the federal government is unable to provide adequate security? So that is what I'm going to be treating in about an hour from now on Star Radio UK. That audio will now be going into circulation in the next few minutes. I appreciate every one of you. I'll be able to mention all the names from those on our YouTube channel, on Instagram, on Twitter, on all our Facebook, and also I will be able to mention my mom, my beautiful mother that is also watching me as well. The opportunity is now. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí identity wa kó kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ ayé. Tá a bá jà nísìn, ṣe rí bí àwọn tí wọ́n jà tó wà ní in their 70s, in their 60s, in their 80s, kí Ọlọ́run kó túbọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí yín, gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá wa tẹ́tí wà in their 70s, 80s, 60s. Àmọ́ àwa táwa wà in our 40s, táwa náà bá gbégbèsè, àwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn, àwọn náà máa point finger, wọ́n ní ọ̀rẹ́ ọ̀lẹ́dì yín, oṣù wọ́n tẹ̀ gbé nílùú òyìnbó for 20 years, ó wàá mọ̀ pé yẹ kí identity wa kó má parẹ́. So when people say that some of what we say, you might not be happy with it, the option is still there. And what are the options? Sign the petition. Put the pressure on all your members of parliament. And those of you in America and other part of the country as well, you can do the same thing. But UK, ni wàhálà yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Bí abíbá láti máa forí ẹ̀ fagbọn. Àmọ́, I have said this so many times, and I will not regret saying it. Prepare for the worst case scenario. Violence, la máa fi gba kínní lọ́wọ́ wọn. Without violence, we will not go anywhere. With violence, international community will then ask myself and the Fulani man why I don't want to be part of them, why I am keeping my heritage. And before I go, let's quickly say, make sure you go on different websites that we are showing you. From the remember to continue to donate to the GoFundMe, support the platform as well, Koikimedia. We are doing our little best to make sure that the awareness drives into the four corners of that geographical location. Nigeria is a scam. Everybody knows that. This election in 2023, you can hear that. Even the politician knows. Toba binida ni mo sọ, toba binida kẹ́yìn gbé bò pé tó bá máa fi di next year kátẹ̀ máa rí fìrífìrí pé ẹ fẹ́ lọ ṣe election ó wá tẹ bánà ó tẹ kinní kan ni ìgbà yẹn lẹ máa mọ̀ pé wèrè wà lára wa. Ṣé rí nísìn gbogbo tá a ṣe nísìn ìtàn ń pè ní normal awareness ni. Ṣé rí tó bá dé stage tó di pé ó wà violent, federal government náà máa jà. Tó bá ti wá jà yẹn, international community á wá pe gbogbo wa, ó máa wo petition, wọ́n máa wo poll, wọ́n wá combine gbogbo ẹ̀ together, wọ́n á ní kó jẹ́ kó olúkálukú máa lọ. Tẹ́ bá rò pé federal government ò ní bá wa jà, irọ́ lẹ pa. Àwọn náà máa jà because wọ́n mọ̀ pé interfaith gbà kúrò lẹ́nu wọn yìí, interfaith gbà kúrò lẹ́nu federal government. You are literally telling the federal government that a Yoruba wants to control the poor, you want to control the immigration, you want to control everything, and you think they will give it to you just like that. I pray so. I believe in prayer, but I also will always say, go and prepare yourself. Ẹ lọ máa dira bí ọkùnrin, ẹ lọ máa dira bí obìnrin, nítorí pé tó bá jẹ́ pé àdúgbò ẹnìkan ló fẹ́ defend nígbà tásìkò yẹn bá tó ni. Táàmì kan bá wo àdúgbò ẹ nígbà yẹn, ìwọ náà mọ̀ tó lè ṣe fún. Àmọ́ nísìn o ò dira, o ò ní kankan sára, torí táàmì bá wo àdúgbò ẹ, á kọ́kọ́ nú ẹ pamọ́lẹ̀. Bọ̀ tí wọn náà bá dira bí ọkùnrin tó dúró fẹ́ńfẹ́m, táàmì gan bá rí ẹ lójú báyìí, ẹ̀rù á máa fẹ́. If you think it's not going to happen, we will not hold election. Nigeria will break, I repeat, before 2023. If it does not break by 2023, election will break Nigeria. It's as simple as that. And those of you that say you want one Nigeria, you will probably have to go with the Fulani. Ẹ lọ máa gbé pẹ̀lú wọn ní Kaduna, ẹ lọ máa gbé pẹ̀lú wọn ní North. Wọ́n ní ká máa sọ fún yín, èyí tẹ́ wà ní North, come back home. I'm being told all the time, Koiki máa sọ fún wọn, àwọn tó wà ní North, we respect our elders, Professor Banji Akintoye. Ṣé rí tíjà bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó gbogbo ẹ̀ ń gbóná rẹpẹtẹ, wá wá pe bàbá pé ó dà pé o ti ń sọ pé ká lọ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, bàbá náà òun ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, òun ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé rí gbogbo tí bàbá ń sọ yẹn, we agree, UNPO does not want us to fight. Àwọn ò ṣe bàbá, I am not Professor Banji Akintoye. That is why I'm called Koikimedia. There's a lot of work going on the ground, and that work will pop up very soon. Mo ti sọ fún yín pé this December is when things will start getting very, very hot. Ó dẹ̀ máa hot láti sìn. When we get to that other side, ẹ̀rí bàbá wèrè. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin politician Yoruba? Ṣé rí pé we have not attacked you, we have left you, giving you the impression that you will come back home. But when we start seeing the other side of you, we will deal with every one of you. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin pastor? We have respected you, we have left you the way it is for a very long time. We have allowed you to stay. But one thing you cannot do is you will not be part of those that will tell us to pray for Nigeria, because that means you are becoming a scammer. Right now, we leave you as it is. Ẹ̀yin gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí, ṣé gbogbo bá lọ sí Saudi Arabia, ṣé bí Saudi Arabia ṣe rí nìyẹn? Ṣé ẹ̀sìn tó ń ṣe ní Saudi Arabia òun náà ló ń ṣe nílẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire? Ṣé wọ́n lè kírun fún wọn ní north? Can you say categorically as a Yoruba Muslim o lè kírun fún wọn ní north, o lè lead irun fún wọn ní north? Even bàbá wa kọ́lọ̀ ń tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ rí rọ̀dí Allah ta'ala ni ṣé bàbá Lágége tó fi kú wọ àwọn Fúlàní ò kírun lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ambọ̀sibọ̀sì Haúsá because they don't believe that we are Muslim. Haúsá ò believe pé Muslim ni ẹ as far as they concern. Àwọn wá ń bímọ rẹpẹtẹ tẹ bá rí wọn nísìnyí Haúsá kan ó lè bímọ 50. Ẹ máa bèèrè pé báwo ló ṣe ń bímọ 50? Ìyàwó pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ní ìwọ bímọ méjì nísìn ó mọ̀ kọ́ máa wipe up gbogbo generation wa. In tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ṣòro àwọn ọmọ táwọn ń bí yẹn àwọn ń bí láyé àtijọ́ àwọn bàbá tiwa náà máa ń bímọ tó pọ̀, owó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn, nǹkan wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ẹni tó bá bímọ méjì kan nísìn ní Nàìjíríà kó máa dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run nítorí pé ọmọ méjì tó bí yẹn ìtọ́jú ò sí fún, kò sí wòsàn, kò sí hospital. But tẹ́lẹ̀ báwo làwọn bàbá wa ṣe bímọ rẹpẹtẹ tó níyàwó rẹpẹtẹ tó yẹ pé wọ́n ń gbádùn wọ́n ń jọlá nínú pé location 419 nígbà yẹn was regional government. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá sọ fún yín pé Nigeria was once good, it's not Nigeria. It was during the regional government that country was good. My name is Olayomi Koiki, a confirmed Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde man. Ẹ lọ wo ohun tó ṣe fún British. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ máa mọ̀ pé ìtàgbédání no be joke. I'm just going to take 1 or 2 more calls. At exactly 5, I need to end the broadcast so that we can. Okay, no, this is a private call. I won't take that now. So anyway, on that note, sign the petition. Go and sign the petition. Go and do all those things while we are preparing the underground work. Tẹ́ bá rò pé kò ní bọ́ sí ní 2023. Ẹ wá kàn mí níkò pé ìbò sọ pé ní sí nínú Nàìjíríà mọ́. Ṣé rí ìtàmátú sílẹ̀ inú abẹ́ ẹ̀kún alágbé sí? Ṣé rí inú abẹ́ ẹ̀kún tó ń grow yẹn? Ó ń germinate lójoojúmọ́. Ẹni tó bá rò pé election kan máa hold nínú Nàìjíríà àbí a sì máa wà nínú Nàìjíríà a ti wà nínú tó yẹ pé fire for fire ní nígbà yẹn. A máa gbóná rẹpẹtẹ, a máa yọ eruku. Nígbà yẹn United Nations ní tẹ́ bá jẹ́ kí kìnìún kó explode, Nigeria will become a big problem for the world. Ṣé rí problem tí wọ́n rí ní Ethiopia tó ń rí ní other part of the world ó máa kéré sí tó máa rí ní Nàìjíríà. Ó máa kéré ni mo sọ nítorí pé gbà yẹn things will get very hot. And I've told you, confirm, we will be down. Not just me. Àwọn tá à ń bọ̀ nísàlẹ̀ á pọ̀ tó bá rò pé mi nìkan ni. And I've told you again and again, Nigeria, we head. Have a very good afternoon. Join me at 6 o'clock. You know, we're running this show every Wednesday like this. We should have ended earlier around this, but again, we're running behind schedule. Have a very good afternoon. Confirm whether they like it or not. Mo tún sọ lẹ́ǹkan sí i. Tó bá bí aláya politician Yorùbá kan dá. Ìwọ máa gbèrò nísìnyí pé òfin wá ṣe election 2023. Ìgbà yẹn ló máa mọ̀ pé sórí building ni o, ilé ni o, gbogbo ẹ̀ ni o, wàá ríran wò nígbà yẹn. Have a very good afternoon. Bye for now. We play the anthem and then we end the broadcast. Mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ǹkan sí i. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí arúgbó. Níbikíbi tẹ́ ti ń wò wá, support, whatever you can. No matter how small, we will continue to do what we have to do. Also, donate to the GoFundMe. Stop asking questions. Kí ló fẹ́ fowó ṣe? Kí ni kàn pẹ̀lú yẹn? Lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fowó ṣe. Èlò gan la fẹ́ dá. Èlò ni wọ́n ti dá. Play the anthem. And that's the national anthem of the Yoruba people. Have a very good evening. I'll be back in about an hour's time, but on Star Radio UK.
Yeah.
email to that man that we spoke about, Eranti Babati Ashoyi. He's the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Tom Tugner. Get in touch with me. Let us continue to send email to them, everyone, by telling them the reason why it is time now for the British government to dissolve, break, amalgamate Nigeria so that there will not be genocide and then there will not be fight. If otherwise, be prepared for the worst case scenario. Bye for now.
Nick Bagley.
Created by the enemy of black men, then where the black never civilize. Location 9, that is what it is. The country where the leader said the people's glory. They turn their children to prostitute and they turn boy children to terrorists. Now terrorists on the takeover. Yoruba people say we know they do again. Say hold the true our nation, that is what we want now. Freedom, 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 freedom. Come and free us. Freedom, 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 freedom. Yeah. Location 9 ìlú Boko Haram. Ìlú àwọn hush politician àti S-men. Fake promises every year. Fake miracle everywhere. Fake military anywhere. Now, all the dry people wanna go. Biafra people wanna go. Location 419 need to break off. Freedom, 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 freedom. We need the freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. Kusina kusomi kusonja kusana kusisi kariti dili tabili ha. Free education and audio. Good security na one chance. Over 100 million people don't poor. All my nigga need a job, they know they see work. They want to go to farm, full and near attack. Don't give me any fucking reason why we no go. Even many people say they wanna go. Freedom, 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 freedom. So back on you do a republic. I think I saw a to Africa to come and enslave us, and you call it colonization. You join four nations together and you call it one Nigeria. We tell you we are one when only Yoruba never get themselves right. But you join us together, even with the people who never think like us. And since then, you damage our culture, you damage our language, and you damage our way of life. Just because of your whole greediness. Since 2014, come to Nigeria, come and separate what you match together as one. We are not one, we can never be one. We don't have the same culture, we don't speak the same language. We just came here from nowhere and match us together. Who make it God over us? We don't know anything about us. We just come here from nowhere and match us together. Since then, we never get it right. Nigeria, you know Yoruba today, as what it told. Amalgamation 419 expire. But it expire láti 2014. So IG Emasu àsìkò ti tó láti jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ lẹ bàbá yín. A fool at 60 is a fool forever. Emasu.